Hello, everybody, and welcome to the grand finals of this AD2L Season 17 action. I am your
18.
host. Oh, it says 17, those jerks.
They're running on the old ticket.
Oh, so lame. Those guys screwed me up. So now, apparently, it's 18. And this is the grand finals. Best of 5 action. Lemon Snow Cones versus Team Blue. And I am Sequoia, and it's not a secret. That's Legion 170, and we were talking about some picks and bans before, so we figured we'd just bring it all in and get it all for the live streams. And as I am saying that, I realize that I don't have my casting stuff turned on. So Legion, you talk while I reset things.
All right, so we talked a lot about the Invis Hero, the first 3 bans for Team Blue, talking about how Axe is kind of a team favorite for LSC, as well as the heroes, the Ricky, kind of talking about the merit of banning those heroes. And we both agreed that neither of us would ban Axe Bounty Hunter, but Sequoia said Ricky's worth a ban. I'm not so sure, but looking at the other bans, we see a lot of heroes that are pretty straightforward meta hero bans. You got 2 tar bans from Team Blue with the Sniper and the Tinker. And then Omni Knight has been a popular pick at the pro scene in the off lane there, so he gets the band. And then OD, PA, Storm, and Anti-Mage. None of those are really huge. I mean, the Anti-Mage kind of makes sense. I don't know that he's getting banned a ton in pro games right now.
I think it's mostly the skill cap just doesn't really deal with him well. But what I find most interesting about LSC bans is you have the Anti-Mage ban, but then you have heroes that Anti-Mage is insanely good at dealing with as well, which seems kind of backwards. Like, it almost seems like that would be picks that you would go for versus bans, so I just think that's a little interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if it's something like they just don't play the Anti-Mage, or I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. The Axe ban also, by the way, kind of not needed, as LSC's got Distant Echo playing tonight instead of the usual Axe player, whose name escapes Snaps. Yeah. So interesting there that they still give that ban. Maybe they weren't 100% sure on who plays it a lot. They just saw that they play it a lot.
Yeah,
Sure. Some of the picks. I really like the Dragon Knight pick. I think this hero is super strong right now.
Oh, yeah. I think it's crazy strong. I think they banned Viper. I think he's really good unless you go up against a Viper. I would definitely ban Viper if I was Team Blue. I think, I think Dragon Knight's insanely good except against the Viper. The Viper just, everything the Viper does, it works well against that Dragon Knight in almost all phases of the game.
Yeah, the ability to break that Dragon's Blood is super OP. You don't need anything but a skill point. All of a sudden, you can basically cripple that hero. So it will be interesting to see if LSC decides to go with that. But regardless, like, you get Armlet, Dragon Knight, and then you get the 2 times Dragon Blood. You keep that thing on. You're so tanky. You do so much damage. Like, you can go a ton of different ways after that.
Boy, this draft is just cruising. It's crazy.
PL, last pick from Team Blue. I actually really like their draft. Have the Disruptor Earthshaker, a pretty good roaming support combo. They could put pressure on the map wherever it's needed. Brewmaster is a pretty decent offlaner right now. He's got to be a little bit worried about the Shadow Shaman Spin combo. Not too much. PL honestly could probably solo the Void if he is in the offlane. Yeah. I would expect a carry Void here, but could be wrong.
I don't know. I think Juggernaut will be carry. I'm guessing we'll see a...
Maybe I don't know. I don't even know who's going to play there.
I bet Aegis Warren will play the carry. Distant will go support. Sheepy will also go support. Tar will go mid, and then Ziggity will go offlane. Aegis Warren loves a Juggernaut, so... Oh, did not go my pick. Tar did not hear me, and or if he did, he just plain ignores me.
Yeah, I think I think I agree with you. I think the Viper's probably a better pick, but Queen of Pain isn't terrible.
No.
She's not going to be ganked very easily, so that works against the roaming support combo. Should have a decent matchup against the Dragon Knight.
Yeah, and Queen of Pain's pretty decent against PL. Her ult can pretty much clear most of his illusions. I think it's a reasonably equal draft.
Yeah, I would call it pretty even. There's not a lot of synergy with the Ziggity besides the Queen of Pain alt.
Can you Omni Slash in the Chronosphere?
I don't believe.
Okay, I couldn't remember if you could or not.
Can you put the wards outside of it? I actually don't know 100%. I want to say that they stopped.
I thought they did
Could be
too,
wrong.
but I think I'm remembering other things, so I'm not 100% sure. Alright, I'm really curious on who's... Yep, so Disneko's going the support role. Aegis Worm is on the Juggernauts. It's kind of what I was leaning towards, probably, but you never know with those guys. They always like to keep you on their toes. Tar was sending me messages that he's got some crazy drafts lined up. This one doesn't seem too crazy, so I don't think this is one of the crazy drafts he has planned, but I'm always excited to see those coming out from those guys. And hopefully my voice will not croak. If I do start crackling like a 14-year-old, that's because I've been sick for 2 weeks. So we'll see how that goes. I got lots of water, so we should be good for... We'll see if we get a full best of 5. We did last 2 finals we casted. We got both best of 5s.
Which is both fantastic. Very.
It's awful. It's great till I have to wake up at 6 in the morning.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, why did I cast that? No. But it's so much fun. I don't mind it during.
And we've seen some really great Dota in these best of 5s as well. So excited to watch that as well. It'll be interesting also to see how AD2L decides to do their leagues in the future with the new ranking system.
So next season's unchanged. The next season will be different, and I don't think they've decided fully yet. They did say you need to be calibrated by January 10th for the next season. So what is that? That's season
19.
20.
What? Season 19 is going to be done by then? They haven't even started season 19.
I thought that's what they said, unless they're taking season 19 off, because the due date for calibration was January 10th.
Huh. Well, we'll have to look more at that, because I don't... So as we look at these lanes... Oh, Dragonite did not go Dragon's Blood level 1, and is getting just punished for it.
I think he rectified
now
that
he's got
decision.
Yeah, I don't know what the thinking was there. As Dragonite, you don't really have the mana to spam that out, so it's not really worth getting it until you have your completed Soul Ring, or at the very least, till you have Bottle. So usually it's better to get multiple points of the Dragon's Blood right away, and then start to level the Breathe Fire after that, and then just take one level in Dragon Tail, because at level 1, it's a 2.5 second stun. Yeah, the cooldown's 3 seconds shorter, but you're really not getting that much more out of leveling Dragon Tail up until later, whereas the other two are much better skills for laning.
Yeah, he's doing much better now.
Both teams have decided to go with this safe lane tri-lane. Now, Brewmaster might be getting punished for this a little bit as he gets shackled up, charged up. Now the spin. Oh, Sheepy. He takes the first blood from Aegis Worm there with a nice little bash hit. Sure, he didn't think that was going to happen, but those bashes always come in the times when you don't need them or expect.
But no, I think you're right. That came exactly when he needed it to, so he secured himself the first blood. Looks like someone's rotating mid, but I don't think they're killing tower. Just gonna pop a...
Well, looks like he's just going to pop down a ward. And...
It's possible Tar saw that.
Oh, charge coming out now onto the Dragon, I believe, rotation
Tar's in trouble!
He does not have a blink, and he is down. They probably will get the
bash!
Timely bash once again, followed by a hex onto the haste brew.
Jeez.
So, kind of bloody sequence of events going on there.
the safe lane is completely by himself now, and everything's now we're 3-on-3 in the mid lane, almost 3-on-3, I guess. 2-on-2. Disruptors.
That has become the new norm. I'm a little surprised that we're not seeing that in these AD2L games very much. Is the dual mid lane has become a huge thing in Pro Dota, and it kind of surprises me a little bit that pubs haven't latched onto that at all.
I think in pubs, no one understands that, like, oh, my mid laner's gonna get wrecked. I should send a hero to provide support, or they pick supports that don't necessarily do that, because they're not a huge pool of supports you typically see help protect them your mid. It's usually like your Bane, your Ogre.
Ooh, Ziggity to time walks, but gets glimpsed back into the middle of the trees. Do they have a stun? They do. Fissure connects there. Sheepy gets a kill in the mid lane. Now they're going to try to run after Ziggity. He's got 7 more seconds till he gets that, but no, he's going to fall to the Disruptor.
Nice 1-for-1 trade. Ziggity for the Dragon Knight. Runes are
Yeah,
up.
if you're Team
Aegis
Blue, though,
Ward
that's
is-
not
Oh
really
my
great
gosh!
to make.
The Healing Ward saves his life. He was down. You could barely even see the health after that hit. Oh my gosh, nice micro from him. Keeping the Healing Ward up. Gets almost back up to half health. Brewmaster really wants that stupid thing. So 21-3 on that PL. He is just killing it. Just, that is a ton of CS for 4 minutes. Oof.
Invisibility.
Tar's actually struggling quite a bit, only 9-13 right now. Does have 2 assists so far, so I'll give him a little extra gold for that.
Desmond is going to start to tank up here pretty soon, so those daggers and such aren't going to have as big of an effect as they have so far.
Was it typical to boost the poison dagger?
I think now that it is, yeah.
Okay. I don't play Queen. I'm terrible at that hero, so I have no idea.
Yeah, a lot of times playing Queen, and playing mid in general, is a lot about zoning the other mid laner out, as opposed to like farming, straight farming. As we get a charge here onto the Dragon Knight, but there is help here. The Fissure comes out from the Dragon Knight, as well as the Breathe Fire. They're still going to kind of chase after this. As Distant Echo wants to come up the ramp, but he's going to have to go the long way here. But Disruptor's here as well. Can they get into the range for the glimpse? No, they cannot, unless that Shadow Shaman just barely...
Oh, they got it!
Pulled back in there. The gate goes up, as well as the totem. Fissure comes out. Echo. Oh, he plants a tree to try to get that. And the 3-man stun from Sheepy there, but he will go down. Meanwhile, the Brewmaster goes down in the off lane. Sheepy might have bit off a little bit more than he could chew as the gate goes up once more. Earthshaker doesn't have any mana, however, unless he eats that mango. Does he want to do that? No, he totems instead, and then charges himself away.
Good play from Disruptor on that glimpse, though. I think Disruptor is definitely my favorite, probably one of my favorite supports in the meta right now. I think he's really good at exactly that kind of situation. And who ended up getting the kill? Did Aegis Worm get a solo kill on the Brewmaster?
Yeah.
Brewmaster's
Another
actually-
charge onto the Brewmaster, followed by the scream of pain.
Uh-oh.
Holy cow, this Brewmaster is just getting chunked down. Nice Fissure to block off the Juggernaut from him, but it doesn't matter. He's going to go down anyway. And now this poor Disruptor is caught. Aegis Worn will not get either of those kills, but one goes to Tar, the other goes to Sheepy, and Sheepy having a heck of a game right now, 4-0-1. He's actually 3rd in net worth right now because of the amount of kills that he's been.
Sheepy is.
Desmodus maybe in some trouble again. He got caught with the shackles and a dagger. Tar blinks forward now. They've got the charge coming in on him. Here it is. Sheepy connects with the charge again. He's turning to fight, but no. A bash and another kill goes to Sheepy. 5-0-1 in 7.5 minutes.
Man,
The Spirit Breaker's out of control.
as a Spirit Breaker, this is exactly what you want. The nice thing about the Spirit Breaker is he charges the PL, the correct PL, he'll trace him. So, if before he gets there, they'll know which one's the real one, which is a decent advantage in some fights, depending on how far it takes him to get there.
I am honestly a little bit surprised that he did not He actually went magic. Okay, he's got the urn too. I was like, why did he not go urn? Anyway, back to kind of what I was talking about earlier. Like, I think that with Queen, the reason you get dagger is because you're more concerned with zoning your opponent than you are about getting like crazy AOE farm pain. You know, if you're doing it right, you can get your CS no matter what, but you don't want the other guy to have CS. So you try to zone them out with those individual hit skills and try to get him off. Charge is coming on to Solaire here, but I don't know if they're going to continue it. The PL kind of scouts out the two heroes. Sheepy is going to continue to go in on this. He does connect with it. He is only level 3. He's going to get glimpsed back. Goes pretty far. Now Ziggity's going to come around here. He is 7. He's got the Chronosphere. It goes up. First one of the game here. Disruptor taking some damage, but maybe not going to die from this. Now the time dilation comes out. A charge as well. He will go down. Looks like Distant Echo maybe in a little bit of trouble here as well, as he's got a bunch of illusions on him. Yeah, he's going to fall too. Now the Earthshaker is here. He does not have Fissure. He used it previously, but Sheepy might be in over his head. Yeah, it looks like he is definitely going to tick down there, and a unstoppable streak at 9 minutes. That's going to be some good gold influx for the PL, and just like that, he's like halfway to his blade.
Oof. Yeah, his charge is off cooldown. I don't know if he couldn't find a target, or I was trying to figure out what he was trying to click on, but it looked like he tried and he kind of got stuck, but I didn't see a stun or anything like that come down. What's Disruptor doing this far back? Go on, Mr. Tar.
Does look like they're going to have a 3-man gank here.
Level 3 glimpse. Maxing that out.
Okay, he's got the Thunderstrike on him, wants to get Tar to like panic, blink backwards, but he just walks towards instead, who throws an Urn Charge his way. Desmodus could end this with a Breathe Fire, but instead they're going to charge in onto this Dragon Knight here. Control wants to go for something. Fissures nicely onto Sheepy, but Tar blinks forward and wants to kill Desmodus. He might actually get 2 kills here. No, Sheepy picks up Desmodus, and then Tar picks up Solaire. Control wants to follow this out, but he has no skills off cooldown right now. He actually has 2 points in Aftershock. So now he's got a Fissure coming up here. He can turn and use it. He will turn and use it. The tower doing good chunks of damage to Sheepy, but he's not going to die. Tar's not going to die.
Echo tried to get there, but he wasn't even close to soon enough.
And in the bottom lane, Aegisworn with 50 health. Away and where? Okay, he died to poison. So that's why you leveled the dagger right there. That was a long time after that.
No kidding. I can't believe he got the kill there. Well, Tar's not going to be too upset about that one, that's for sure.
I mean, this is the dream start if you're LSC. Like, yeah, Ziggity's 0, 1, and 2, but he's got levels. Yeah, the Shaman's 0 and 2, but he's Shaman. Meanwhile, 3, 1, and 5 Queen, 7, 1, and 4 Spirit Breaker, 2, 0, and 3 Juggernaut. They have 4 of the top 6 worst. Oh.
Missed that.
Tar wants to blink forward and go for this. He does not have a screen. Do they have the... Oh, wow. Okay, they do have the damage. I don't know if he just was like too slow on the doppelganger or what there, but that Aegisworn Omni Slash just cut him to pieces.
Boy, there was some real hate there. Oh my gosh, they really wanted that kill. Probably a decent gold trade with all the heroes around and top net worth hero in the game. 13 and 5 LC, only hanging on to a 1k gold lead, which is kind of how you see these early games go in this current patch, especially when one team's just got a lot of kills. We have some action bottom here. I think Ziggity's got his Chronosphere. Oh man, they're hunting him though. They totally see him. He's in deep trouble now. Thunderstrike is active on him, and he'll probably be coming right back, and he is. Might actually have to use his Chronosphere defensively. Oh, the Fissure kind of puts everything kind of in an awkward situation. That was not, the Fissure was not needed, my friend. And now Ziggity will just casually kind of reposition himself and see what he can do, see if he can get a big Chronosphere off.
Looks like
comes to defend.
I thought Blue was going to go for the old Classico tier 1 for tier 1, and now a nice 2-man Chrono from Ziggity next to the spin for the PL. He is going to doppelganger out. Ziggity actually falls to the Breathe Fire. Aegisworn gets stunned up by the Brewmaster and his ult. Blue will, or Fave will go down. Aegisworn is desperately trying to run away. He's got the ward, but he just doesn't get it placed down. Tar has to blink away. Sheepy caught in the middle of 4 heroes here. He's going to fall as well. Great fight coming out from Team Blue as Distant Echo was not quite there yet, and Tar just not able to do enough damage.
Tar ran out of mana too after he threw down his ult. There wasn't much more he could do. And now this Disruptor is looking like he's going to start causing more headache. Gets rid of that clarity on Tar, making sure his mana pool stays nice and low. And I think this is a dead tier 1.
Tar actually skipped bottle and is trying to do the old Orchid Rush, something that I haven't seen on a Queen of Pain in quite some time. A little classic build.
Went for the Shrine. Actually, Sheepy's going to cancel that. This
Ooh,
Echo's going to...
stun on a Distant Echo.
I think he might take one for the team here unless Sheepy can get back into position and get some good
That's
stun.
a nice fissure. The pullback comes in, and Sheepy takes an Echo Slam. Aegisworn dodged it with the Omni Slash. Sheepy wants to get more here. Gets a charge. Tar actually picks up a mega kill streak with that, and now Dragon Knight will fall as well, so Team Blue overstaying their welcome. Solaire manages to TP out right from under their noses. That was a long team fight over that tier 1 tower. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, LSC all but one died, all but one respawned, and now Team Blue is in about the same spot. As LSC starts pushing up the bottom lane, it looks like the Fusel Blade is online for the PL. That might cause a lot of problems for LSC. They have a lot of heroes that like mana. Yeah, even the Shadow Shaman, who's an int hero, his abilities are very expensive, especially the ult. Looks like Team Blue is on their way, but LSC know about it. Charge is locked on the Shadow Shaman, or the Master. Split is available.
There's no way they go for this, right?
I would be very surprised if they do, but Sheepy's
they
committed.
are.
Looks like he's trying to get his ult off. Oh, but a nice bash, and they set up no ults for him. The gate and the ult is going to be a whiff from the Disruptor as well. Control is trying to come in there with a fissure to do something, and they're trying. No scan to see if Tar's still there. I'm actually a little surprised by that.
I actually missed. What did that glimpse get used on?
Oh, I didn't actually see the glimpse.
I mean, it was on cooldown throughout that. Like, he couldn't pull anybody back. Like, if he could have pulled back, he definitely would have secured a kill there, but didn't have glimpse. So.
Looks like this not going to be caught in the gate. Trying to not.
Tar is hiding right behind Control here.
And now he goes in for that Dragon Knight. Looks like the wards are going to go down. Dragon Knight's going to try to stand his ground, but not going to be able to hold on much. Now it's going to be a nice clean tower kill as well. And LSC start pulling even more gold in. Only 1k advantage so far for LSC. Wards get dropped by the supports. They're going to stand right next to each other, not knowing. I don't think LSC.
Well as LSC is doing, the PL is still getting quite a bit of farm. About 700 gold ahead of the Juggernaut. But the biggest difference is, look at the support gold there. Control about 1,000 gold over Distant Echo. So those two heroes are basically making up the making up the rest of the deficit there.
Yeah, it's crazy that Distant Echo's team at 19. 19 kills.
Well, we've talked about it once. We talked about it 1,000 times. Early game kills don't matter that much, but here we have a Hex coming onto the PL. The charge is going to connect with the real one here. Tar in the middle of things, throws out the Scream to clear most of the illusions out. And now the nice stun onto the real one. Those shackles doing the work, and Distant Echo picking up a kill of the PL.
That was a really good kill. They needed that. That was a nice little gold infusion.
Biggest thing there is XP shared between all those heroes. Wasn't a lot of gold coming out of it, but
Yeah, actually less than I expected. I was kind of thinking there'd be a little bit more considering how farmed he is.
Aegisworn has interesting item progression going on here too. Phase boots into S and Y, and he's actually got a Battle Fury coming out next. So
Yeah, I guess.
interesting.
I guess he's a little concerned with keeping up with the PL.
Oh, they smoked right under a ward there.
I think that was seen.
That was definitely seen.
Team Blue's not pinging. Scan comes out.
It was a radiant scan. Now the charge. Oh,
Nice
3-man chrono.
Nice ult from Tar. Actually, nice. Wow. Ult's really in tandem. Really well done on that one. PL is going to rotate in. Going to pick off the Shadow Shaman on the back line. The time lapse is going to come in there, try to keep everyone cool down nice and long, but the PL sitting way back, able to do pretty much whatever he wants. Ziggity is now 100% dead. You are not getting away from that. Nice ult glimpse coming from that Disruptor, and ends up being... Wow, was that really a... Oh, 2 buybacks.
2 for 3 and 2 buyback.
Wow,
So
I missed the buybacks actually. So LSC actually do pull ahead quite a bit of gold on that one. Team Blue did not want to give up that tower, apparently. They're going to get a ton of damage on this tier 2, likely going to take it down.
yeah, I'm not really a fan of this Aegis Ward build, not gonna lie. As he spins through the glimpse here, a nice little stun with through the charge there for Sheepy, but Sheepy just gets blown up in the middle of Team Blue. It's like retreat will be the call, but oh my goodness, that Echo Slam in the middle of 3 heroes now. They're in so much trouble. Taro blink away. Distant Echo running up the hill here. He's gonna get the shackles out. The PL in tons of trouble, but the Doppelganger comes out, and now Ziggity's gonna go down. A team wipe for Team Blue.
Ooh,
Where did that come from?
that Echo play was pretty freaking phenomenal. Oh my gosh.
2,800 damage from the Earthshaker, 3,000 from the Dragon Knight. That was basically their entire team's damage.
Gotta say, Sheepy's got to be really careful on that one. He kind of put himself in a tough position that fight.
It's real easy on that Spirit Breaker to be like, hey, like I've got a huge lead, like I'm just gonna keep charging and being crazy and doing things because it's working, and then all of a sudden, you know, the enemy team gets some gold, some XP, and you're getting blown up. But this is not gonna be one of those times that the ult comes out onto the Earthshaker, the spin's gonna tick him down. No, actually, a right click from Sheepy will do the job.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that Spear Breaker, though. I mean, I think I've been in that situation at least 6 times in my life. Where you're like, hey, I'm doing so freaking good, but Spear Breaker's got some weird timings. Like, he's so freaking good if he starts snowballing in the mid game or in the early game. But then even if he's doing really well, once those first items start coming online, he's not as scary anymore. And
so we got a 4-man smoke from Team Blue. They had a scan there, and it clipped Aegis Warren, but he moved out of it. So they know the direction that they're going to need to move. Oh, counter smoke coming out here from LSC. They might run right into each other, actually, as Solaire here is in the front. He's going to break the Queen of Pain.
Oh, no, the glimpse!
He glimpsed the Queen out of the ult there. Ziggity jumps into the Static Storm. Now, Aegis Warren bouncing around. The spin's going to come out. Nice split. Tries to go on to Tar, but Tar blinks away. But actually, his Brewmaster really wants this Tar. He's running after him. He's going to get the stun. No! Blinked through it. Oh, my goodness. I cannot believe that he got that blink off in time.
Wow. Well, the glimpse unfortunately saved whoever they had. I can't even remember how that
saved Tar.
Saved Tar, but I think the Static Storm saved from a pretty massive Chronosphere. So it definitely could have gone worse. Ziggity had, I mean, just perfect positioning. Unfortunately, he was in the Static Storm and couldn't get it.
Well, and that was laid down before he time walked.
He time walked right into it. Yep.
Each team had a little bit of a skill mistake there, and it cost them.
He was right on the edge. I think he thought he would be on the outside of the gate when he did it, but just slight misclick.
Blink in on Tard. Can they pull him back? They can. Here he comes. The gate is up as well. He gets stunned right away. Sheepy charges underneath the tower. Shackles come out. Distant Echo's going to get the spear from Fave now. Oh my goodness, the thunderclap coming out from the Brewmaster, and no, Sheepy, you're not going to get anything there. So 3 dead for LSE. Is this the time to go uphill? It certainly looks like it. They're going to try to pressure this and maybe force some buybacks if they can.
I mean, at this point, And even if someone has buyback, it's going to hurt their economy and their farm build so bad, especially with the build Aegis Worms going.
Yeah, and if you, I mean, all you need to do here really is kill this tower, and then you back up free and clear. You can collect shrines in your own time, like. So they should just back up right now, and that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, the nice thing is, this is where having a disruptor is really good, right? I mean, just like what we just saw a little bit ago, they tried to get in there and then have an easy retreat, and the disruptor made them put themselves in a position where they had to fight again. And LSC don't have a hero like that, so they can just...
Fave putting himself into some trouble here. He hits that tower a few times, but now he's getting charged. He and Control are off on their own. Sheepy is coming in on this, but no, he does pull it off. Meantime, in the bottom, they had 2 heroes on this shrine, but they weren't doing a whole lot of damage as it was a Brewmaster and a Disruptor. Might rotate back through, try to kill them. Or they might just try to collect last.
LC can actually pop a smoke. Full 5-man smoke going up in the
They want to
very
catch this
jungle.
BL, which is a good idea because he is starting to escalate in farm. He's going to walk right into him. The Chronosphere is available. Time dilation is what happens instead. Now a charge to silence the ult from the Spear Breaker, and he is dead. This is going to open up a trade here with the bottom tower unless they want to be back to it. But it does not look like they do. It looks like they want to push themselves.
Nope, they're mass
Oh,
TP's
nope,
in.
never mind. 5 TPs coming back.
Disruptor's gonna send Tar back home, back to the top lane. Chronosphere does
2-man
come out.
Chrono, though.
Nice Omni Slash, but it's bouncing in between the creeps, and now Static Storm gonna come out. Oh my god, that Echo Slam! Most of LSC are down to at least half health. Ziggity's trying to run. Oh, throws down the Meteor Hammer! Wow, I was wondering what he was doing there. Now Ziggity's down, and so with Distant Echo. Man, that was not what I was expecting from that. Looked like he was taunting. I thought I was about to say, and I guess Brewmaster's gonna do a little taunt action, and then here comes down the freaking Meteor Hammer. Sheepy's trying to get this Dragonite kill, but not gonna happen.
Yeah, a little overly ambitious there. As soon as that Tar went out, it seemed like maybe not fighting is the best idea. I actually think that Echo Slam like only hit the Shadow Shaman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it did
Oh,
not do
wow.
much damage to anybody else.
It looked like it did more damage from my view.
I think it hit the Juggernaut and the Shadow Shaman. Like, unless Ziggity time walked there, I could have missed
walked
that.
out of it, but I could be wrong too.
I probably missed that then. But yeah, it didn't do much damage to the Juggernaut. It did a lot of damage to Echo. All of a sudden, this Brewmaster is for the top and farm, as well as the Dragon Knight. Earlier in the game, LSC had 4 of the top 5 net worths, and all of a sudden, things are much more Team Blue centered.
Man, tell you what though, that Meteor Hammer, that was unexpected. I didn't even see him picking that up.
Yeah, that is a interesting item choice. I don't know. Usually, you see like the Radiance or Aghanims or AC or all kinds of stuff like that. This is definitely a first time that I've seen Meteor Hammer on Brew. Honestly, I think these games might be the first time I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's mine. I've never seen one either. Oh, Sheepy
Oh,
got caught
blink
up in
forward
the
onto
smoke.
Sheepy. Can he get a charge off? He goes invis. Do they have detection? They have a ward there. He's going to get glimpsed back into the Meteor Hammer. Gate comes up. He gets stunned, and that is the end of Spirit Breaker.
Well, if you're gonna lose a hero to a smoke, that's one of the good ones to lose, I guess.
Big problem is the LSC. Just
Oh
got no
my
farm.
god!
Oh my goodness.
Ziggity just implodes to this Earthshaker. Did not. If he did get a time lapse off last time, he didn't get one off that time.
Yeah, he almost one-shot him with that Echo Slam. Like,
Oof.
if he would have been level 20, he would have. Like, for sure, he would have hit him. That was a large creep wave there. You always have to be cautious of that if you're against the Earthshaker.
Yeah, no kid. That is brutal.
Two lanes getting shoved in. Fave wants to kind of go after Tar. He's going to get a couple hits on and drain a little bit of mana, but nothing too terrible. And they're actually going to go uphill in the bottom lane here. Charge is going to connect onto 2, but the Fissure connects immediately on Sheepy. Ping comes for the top shrine and the top tier 2 are. Looks like they are going to try to disengage here. Probably a little bit of a waste of this Dragon Knight ult. Earthshaker, poor Earthshaker is going to get Silent Step. Takes almost all of those hits from the Omni Slash. The ult comes through from Spear Breaker though. He will tick down. Now Brewmaster's in the middle of things here. He gets Hexed though. He's not going to be able to get this off. And 3 heroes all of a sudden are dead for Blue.
Wow.
And huge misplays there. Like they really needed to just go straight back in the bottom lane and then try to go this way. Like by going up in here where LSC still see them, it left them an avenue for vision. Sheepy could get initiation, and it was just too easy from there.
That was a 2,500 gold swing. That's crazy. Oh, poor Disruptor. Does made in a pretty good ult. Might
But
actually...
unfortunately, his team is not there with him. Most are dead. PL's just farming it up. Got Manta. Looks to be going Scotty next. Should have it relatively, actually.
Ult from Echo is going to commit it. This tower is just melting. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do here. It looks like the Disruptor wants them to go up for the top shrine.
And Aegisworn is just going all out farm. He's going Maelstrom. He just really wants farm and anything he can do to get rid of the PL illusions.
Yeah, I guess that is the one good thing about the Battle Fury. But if you're gonna commit on that, I think that instead of the SNY, you need to go Aghanim. If you go Aghanims and then get the +5 Omni Slash strikes at 25, like you will cut down yourself some illusion.
Yeah, I think I would have liked maybe just do the Yasha and then go into the battle.
Yeah, or even just like Manta. Like I actually like SNY a decent amount on agility heroes, but I think in this situation Manta's going to be more effective. Now they're coming in here. Yeah, Chronosphere gonna come up. No, he gets stunned immediately. He goes up in the air from the Brewmaster next. They're trying to kill Tar. The Storm as he comes down from there. The Dragon Knight will die, but so will Tar and Ziggity. PL's coming out of the fountain. He wants more. A stun's going to come onto the Shadow Shaman. He almost gets one shot there. The Chronosphere actually lands on nothing and control. He wasn't even in that either.
No.
Honestly, I'm not sure how Ziggity survived that storm, that static storm.
You know what happened?
Well, he got tornadoed.
Yeah.
If he would have dropped him in there, that's like definite death. But for whatever reason, he charged away and didn't dispel that first.
Yeah, I think what they should have done there is they should have had like a support or something like that. Maybe like the Spirit Breaker go in there first, and then as soon as they were all in there, that's when you go in there with Ziggity's Chronosphere. But instead, they all kind of gathered up there, and they were in this little barrier, and they don't have a lot of AoE except Tar's ult, and everyone got silenced or controlled.
I tell you what, though, it was great reaction time from that Dragon Knight to get stunned onto Ziggity instantly. Like,
oh yeah,
he was in the pit and stunned instantly. Like, if he has even half or 0.3 of a second more, that Chronosphere goes up and catches everybody.
That was a really good play. Well, they didn't push mid as hard as I thought they would. A little surprising there. Lots of talent.
Smoke will follow from LSC. They want to defend the shrine potentially.
Here they come. Disruptor's gonna just be a sacrifice, I feel. Time dilation does come out, but I don't think there's anything that can catch that. Wow, those illusions do so much freaking damage. Jeez. He does have his Scotty online.
I mean, honestly, Fave can just start throwing Manta illusions at that shrine, and nothing LSC can do about it.
Yeah, that's that sucks when someone does that to you. I hate it when people throw treants at it. Oh my gosh, it's so
Oh, Ziggity comes forward, throws out time dilation. They do have a Chronosphere. Tar's taking a ton of damage for this. He's gonna die, actually. Ziggity, if he's not careful, he might
got
be
caught
next
as
here.
well.
All his mana is getting burnt away. The Doppelganger is gonna come out. They want to burn more of the mana. The charge is coming onto Fave. He still wants to go further into this here. The charge will connect. All these illusions doing so much damage to Ziggity, but he is gonna get away. That's gonna open up the shrine, though, for death. And Team Blue could potentially force Tar buyback.
Yeah, that was a pretty good spin from Aegisborn there, too. I think if he gets hit with that fissure, he dies. This Earthshaker's had a heck of a good game. Wow, Earthshaker's going with the Shadow Blade, so he'll have Blink, 4-staff, Shadow Blade. Going just for the massive utility. I can get anywhere I want to. Looks like they're not going to get the Tar buyback. So I bet Tar is pretty happy with that.
They do have a Chronosphere for defense as well.
Ooh.
Spearburger thinks about charging, but does not. Does force dust out, though, from the Brewmaster.
We've seen a BKB from Dragon Knight yet? Yeah, a couple times. Oh my gosh, Aegisborn just taking a ton of damage. He's gonna have to do something or he's gonna die. Oh, he does end up going down.
The illusions.
Trying to do something there, but oh my gosh! Instant buyback from all 4 LSC heroes. The Omni Slash is bouncing around. It doesn't get the last hit on PL. That is just Aegis, though. He's gonna be back in just a second. Sheepy gets a nice hit on Dragon Knight. Might get the kill. Nope, doesn't quite get it. And Distant Echo's caught up in the middle. He's gonna go down very, very quick. His wards are falling fast.
Oh, he just weren't.
Oh my gosh, LSC is just falling like mad. Tar's gonna have to retreat back to the fountain. Fave is just gonna start shoving in the heroes and corralling them in their own fountain.
This is the power of PL. You get some farm, you let him snowball a little bit, and all of a sudden it doesn't matter who you throw at him. He's just gonna tear everything apart.
And you'll have no mana.
Sheepy gets glimpsed back, stunned and thunderclapped. He is donezo as well.
That Disruptor is doing so much work this game.
Those are diebacks from both the Spearbreaker and the Juggernaut. If anybody else dies, that's pretty much it. Ziggity doesn't have a Chronosphere in 44 seconds. Tar also does not have an ult for 50 seconds.
As I praise Disruptor, he does a really weird glimpse on Tar. I don't really know what he was doing there.
I mean, at this point, it doesn't even matter. They can collect all 3 barracks, and I think it's just like keep them away, because who cares if you get hero kills at this point? Like, 10 seconds to Shadow Shaman's come up, but you've already proved that you can blow him up as quickly as he gets in there. The other 2 don't have ults for another 15 seconds. Void. This is Mega Creeps. Oh, or this is a dead Tar, and this is just game.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it.
Zig does have a Chronosphere now, so they can take one last ditch fight here if they want to.
Oh, Jesus, got Lincoln's Sphere already.
No, somebody else had Lincoln's. The Brew had Lincoln's and put it on the PLs.
Okay.
So game 1 will go to Team Blue, and I talked about how I liked their draft. We said it was close, and it was for quite a while. But Team Blue just found a way to win some team fights and get that PL out of control.
Yeah, I think the problem, though, a lot of it was itemization. From especially like the Sanjay and Yashin Battle Fury, just Juggernaut couldn't DPS very much. He was very limited in what he could do. And then on top of it, Ziggity only had a Mask of Madness, really. He was very poor.
Juggernaut's one of those heroes that can get really snowbally and really put a damper on PL's game. Like, PL wants to farm. Like, PL wants to go late game. You're not going to outcarry a PL as a Juggernaut. So itemizing to really farm and do that just is a little bit odd to me, when he could have gone, male diffusal really early, or not male diffusal, male diffusal early, and then just kind of cleared out illusions that way, because those illusions are really weak at level 1 of the alt. I don't know. It just felt like the itemization was kind of lackluster, like you said, and look at the look at the net worth graph as the
Yeah.
PL just skyrockets after
Yeah, Ziggity, I
about
mean,
30 minutes.
Sheepy had almost more net worth than him, so it's definitely a rough game for him too. All he had was his Mask of Madness. Just their two primary right click cores just couldn't do anything, couldn't get anything done. Well, guys, that is gonna be it. That's game 1 in the bag. We'll be back for a second for game 2. We'll see you then.
January 3rd, 5th.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here for another game 2 of this AD2L 18, not 17, even though it says 17 right there. Action. I am Sequoia. Legion is with me, and apparently Tar wants to go his world-famous Tinker. Now, what do you think about Disruptor against the Tinker?
It's pretty strong. Pretty good.
I agree.
It's just one of those things you got to keep vision on him. So you got that Thunderstrike. You get the upgraded blast of like 16 seconds of sight. Like, definitely enough time to pull him back and stun him up.
Yeah,
So.
it's not maybe like my favorite pick against the Tinker, but it's probably top 3. I just think he has everything minus a massive tankiness to deal with the Tinker, right? He can still get lit up, so he has to be a little bit careful on positioning. But if you time the ult right, you can basically lock him in position from beaming in. You can use the gate if you think you know where he is in the forest to reveal and then get thunderstrikes and glimpses. I mean, you have about everything you need to deal with him. They did pick the Bloodseeker, which is another really good hero against Tinker. So I think that was smart.
Well, Bloodseeker's on, yeah.
Yeah. I just meant like they just picked it just so they couldn't counter the Tinker at all. But boy, Brewmaster he did a lot of work after that rough laning phase, and I don't blame them for going him again.
And like I said, the early game kills matter.
Yeah, I definitely think
no, they do not.
Early game kills can get you an advantage. It's just not a massive advantage. And
well, yeah, getting the kills helps you, but actually being killed in the early game isn't that big of a hit.
No, it's not that big a deal. You respawn so fast, you're not going to lose a lot of CS. I think the big thing is you don't want it to get to you. You don't want to get tilted. And then you also, again, you want to work as a team to start kind of go over item builds, right? Like, oh man, I'm getting blown up because of this. Great, well, I'm going to do this. Or, hey, we lost a lot of our lanes. All right, well, even if we sacrifice some kills, let's focus on mid and bottom and let our PL just get absolutely fat. And that's what they did, and they executed it really well. It was kind of a change from strategy. They went from a defensive tri-lane to all-out aggression on mid, and they did it for how long? And the PL got his Diffusal Blade and most of his next item before they started actually 5-manning. I mean, it was a well-executed plan, and I'm guessing it was an audible plan. It wasn't what they were originally intending to do.
Dire team pick. Lion.
Like the Lion quite a bit. I think he's just a little bit weak in the laning phase, which isn't necessarily bad, but the nice thing about the Lion is he's got a lot more range on his control versus the Shadow Shaman. The Shadow Shaman, even though his range is about the same, it just always seems like he's right next to the fight, which as a support here you don't necessarily want to be. I do kind of like the Lion though for the clockwork. You can, if he does cog somebody and keep him in the cogs, you can mana drain him, which is pretty nice.
That Lion gets caught by a clock, though.
Oh yeah,
Dead.
yeah. I mean,
honestly, I really like the draft from Team Blue so far. They have a lot of ways to deal with it. Not a lot. I mean, they have 2 really good ways. Like, Clockwork is so good because of the vision that he provides you with that rocket. You've got the vision or the lightning shock. You got glimpse. Well,
and again, they're really dealing with they're providing themselves ways to deal with the Tinker, right? They're probably gonna sacrifice a little bit of laning. I mean, Disruptor is an okay laner. Clockwork is an okay roamer, but not a great roamer. And I'm assuming he's going to be the 4-spot roamer. But they do okay, and then, that totally makes sense. Pick someone who can help kind of be solo in the mid. Queen can definitely fulfill that role. So even if you have a little bit of a weaker laning phase, here comes the mid game. As soon as Clockwork and Disruptor hit 6, it's going to be tough to deal with that. They're going to have vision everywhere. For Tinker, that's a terrible thing. You don't want vision.
This pick is going to really set the tone for LSC here. Like, are they going to go early game very push-centric, like Bloodseeker type lineup? Or are they going to go for more mid-game like Team Blue? Are they going to pick something greedy and go late? I mean, I think with the Tinker, you can delay for a long time, even if you do kind of lose the laning phase, and even if you lose the mid-game to an extent. Like, What do they want
Dire team
here?
ban.
They do go with the
Okay.
Faceless Void.
So it's going to be mid-game centric. I'm a little concerned for LSC's draft so far. They're really going to have to wow me with their final pick here. I think it's going to be a support of some
10
kind.
seconds
They
remaining.
gotta have a ranged hero. It's gotta be a ranged burst, right? I mean, that's what they need for that
5
Chronosphere.
seconds remaining.
Tar's not gonna always be there.
Team ban.
I mean, we could be overlooking the fact too that maybe this Bloodseeker's not carrying. Maybe he's like a 4 support. Like maybe Sheepy's going to jungle him or something.
Oh, that's true. Okay, that's valid. That's totally
So they
valid.
could pick out some hero like a. They could still pick the Luna. I think that would be really good.
10 seconds remaining.
It farms well. It can fight decently well in the mid game, even with only like 1 or 2 items.
Typically gets a 4-staff too, which is very strong against pretty much all those heroes, right? Provides you.
Yeah. I mean, this is
defense
definitely a
against all
game where
those.
you're going to want to do that build. I haven't been doing that build as of late, but I think where you would want it. Nope, they're going to go Jakiro, so
It's definitely it's not burst for the Chronosphere, but man, that ult is very strong with that Chronosphere. So I definitely like Team Blue's draft better, but that Jakiro does. I think it will help a lot.
there's much more synergy Chronosphere this game than there was last game. Like you've got Blood Right, you've got the stuff, you got Lion, you've got Jakiro. So I mean, I think that they've covered that base better. But depending on what Team Blue picks here, I still think their window is going to be shorter. And their execution level, like they're going to have to execute incredibly well.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. And they're gonna have to get levels in the supports too.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh,
Man,
God.
that was a nice little bow. Just you wrap a little present, put a little Medusa bow on the top. Like, ooh, man.
I really like Blue draft.
Yeah, I do too. I think a lot of blue, and I don't think it'll be a huge problem, is going to be the Clockwork Disruptor, depending on how they handle the transition from the early to the mid game. Might be kind of defining how well they do. If Clockwork has a really bad day and is just insanely low on levels and can't do work in that transition period, LLC might be able to start punching a hole and gaining an advantage. But if they don't keep that Medusa under control, they're going to be in big trouble. And I don't know if they
This
really
is going to
have the
force
heroes deal
Ziggity
with
to
that.
go Diffusal, and he doesn't often build that on Void, but he's the only carrier really for. I mean, Snaps could buy it, but it would probably be second item at best.
Well, and it's not a very good item on Snapped either, right? Because you got Clockwork that can cog, you have Disruptor that can glimpse you back, you have
If you get caught in the Void, you're doing nothing there.
yeah, and then Brewmaster, he doesn't really care about that either, right? Even if you purged him, he just slows you down and just you're basically walking at the same speed. So man, it's
It's going to be an uphill game for LSC. I'm not going to say that they can't do it because we have seen it in the past, but I definitely give the edge to Team Blue here. I really like that Medusa pick to round things off. I felt
I
that
do
the
too.
Brewmaster and Disruptor did all kinds of work last game. I think this got to lean their way. I mean, the big thing is going to be
Prepare for battle.
Desmodus cannot get ganked and lose as much this game. Like DK is a little bit easier to kind of recover on, whereas Queen is not feel that she's quite as easy to recover on in the mid lane.
I
But
agree with that.
but LSC doesn't really have ganking heroes this game either. It's like they don't have a Spear Breaker to put a ton of
I
pressure.
didn't even
in there.
realize Snap's back.
Oh, he is. Hi, Snapped.
Yeah, didn't even notice that.
So
Well,
I just wanted Sheepy back on things.
well, I wonder if Echo's actually probably watching in the Twitch chat or over here in the Dota TV. So shout out to Distant Echo.
30 seconds to battle.
I'll be very curious to see. Congratulations. I'm pretty sure I spelled congratulations wrong. Almonds. Oh, good friendly banter. Have we seen Team Blue before? It sounds familiar, but
I believe earlier in the season, or maybe the last. It might have been last, but we've seen them before for sure.
The battle begins.
AD2L under 3K was such a big league this year or this season. It was a lot of fun. We had some I would say this is probably the best season we've had so far. I mean, the games, not always, but in general, seem to be pretty close. Even LSC had a lot of. I think they had a decent amount of 2-0 victories, but a lot of their games were super close.
You know what I would like to see coming out of AD2L, and I don't know if anybody's watching or if anybody cares about my opinion, but it would be kind of fun to see like a little round robin tournament of the champions of all the.
Oh yeah, that was.
So I know they have like 3 levels, and like theoretically by MMR, like obviously like the heroic teams would crush on things, but it might be like a little fun like in-house round robin, like nothing to lose from it. Screw around, maybe do like captain's draft style or something. Like it'd be kind of fun though.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I think Sheepy's in a bunch of trouble.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not getting out of that. So it's first blood goes down.
Goes to the disruptor. I thought maybe the snake was going to get it and allow that Medusa to have a nice little gold. Not quite the case.
Yeah, I actually thought the snake was going to get it too. Snap does play a pretty mean Bloodseeker, so they might give them a little bit of help out here in this bottom lane. It's definitely one of his better heroes. Disruptor's burned a ton of mana already, but that Thunderstrike is so freaking good level 1. Ugh.
Queen of Pain actually already forced to salve up here in the mid lane, so Tar showing why this hero gets banned for him a lot.
Why Tar
Picks up a kill in the top lane.
makes people scream, I hate Tar's Tinker.
And it's funny because for the longest time when Tar was talking about how his team wouldn't let him pick team, and I think he practiced the hero enough. They let him play Tinker.
Yeah, I know sometimes I play with those guys on Friday nights, and he is the only reason we're sometimes in the games we're in. It's a very impressive Tinker play. And they've gotten rid of so many of the Tinker Ward spots, it's so hard to freaking find them. Ugh. Oh, Tar knows there's a gank coming his way.
Yeah, his Clockwork's been here for a while. Like I think that he is mostly just trying to provide some help to his Queen of Pain, and that Battery Soul actually doing some work as well as the. I don't think they can kill him. Their control's gonna get burst by the tower. A laser is gonna kill him. Oh wow! I think the laser. If you would have got the laser off, then the auto attack, it definitely would have killed him.
Oh,
now
Tar's
Tar
dead.
is gonna die. That dagger. It is only it's level 2. Becomes
Queen goes for the all play, goes for everything, but Sheepy and Aegis Warner were there at the rotations and pick off the Queen. Wow, that was really.
That is so unfortunate. If you
Yeah,
let
I
Queen
mean,
be in line.
that's one of those things where I don't even. I think Queen made the right call. I mean, getting that kill on Tar is so good, but.
The creeps just weren't quite in position to those TPs, so she thought that she was free and clear to just go in, get the kill, and ended up blinking right in the middle of brand new support here.
Yeah. Tar gets out with like 15 health, something like that. Jeez. Just nuts. Alright. Snapped. Definitely ahead of the CS board right now, 18-9. But the Brewmaster is doing pretty dang well, sitting at 12-1, so pretty close laning phase there. And honestly, Ziggity's having a much better lane.
Yeah, it's probably an easier lane, to be honest. Like, not having to worry about that Earthshaker, Fissure, Totem. There's less stuns to keep him in place.
And the Clockwork's doing decent work, but definitely struggling a little bit. Tar's actually already very low on health. Get the salve. Oh, that was actually a pretty good play from Tar. Gets a laser, then all the hits from the Queen are gonna miss, and gets Queen pretty low as well. Now Ziggity's got just him and Medusa up here.
Snapped is crushing his lane right now, 25-13.
Snap Bloodseekers very, very well. It's I don't know if it's his favorite, one of his favorite heroes like Axe, but he definitely does it very well. I've seen it a couple times this season.
They do have a lot of heroes coming in here for Tar, but he sees them coming.
No rockets right now, just
Oh.
March and lasers so far.
I mean, so they're trying to relieve some of this pressure on the mid lane, but this is leaving Fave open. Harassment. He gets the dual breath and a liquid fire. Ziggity walks in, throws a couple hits on him, and the time walks away. So Fave hasn't taken any huge damage, but he is basically out of mana at this point. Yeah, now another dual breath's going to come out, and all of a sudden he's trying to CS under his tower. He is almost dead with this void, just 1 CS behind, the same amount of eyes. Not really where you want to be, the Medusa. Like, you do want your mid to do okay, but he's actually not doing that bad. He's only 3 CS behind Tar. Like, it's pretty even.
No, he's just not doing as well as, you know, Ziggity's doing really well on top of it. Disruptor's actually fully committing for this ward here. Oh, Sheepy should have stood down there. I think he would have probably had that. Yep, gonna get a nice gate off and protect himself. Oh, and then just spites him and takes out that clarity as well. Oh, and the evade uphill. Ah, good old support on support action. That's where the real Dota is, Rick. The all support.
Oh, all right. Control with the battery cell, but a time walk.
Oh, Sheepy
it's
actually
only
stuck around a little bit. Take a couple hits from that battery assault.
He really needs level 3. Level 1 battery assault. Not the greatest there. I mean, the duration, the interval certainly stay the same, but you're just not getting a whole lot of damage out of it until...
Yeah, that really boosts at level 2. Holy cow.
Yeah, more than doubles it. They know Ziggity's behind them. He's got a time walk, though, so he's just going to time walk out. Yep. It's not a huge cast animation, so you can get it off between those battery assaults. Proc.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think that stopped it, but okay, he's good. Tar still having a pretty good mid. Not
Oh, Chronosphere is going to come out for the first time here in the top lane. Medusa's going to try to harass him back, but it doesn't matter. Solaire is going to fall. Fave, if he's not careful, might be joining him.
very low mana.
Yeah, this Clockwork is still level 2. This poor guy.
That's kind of what I talked about in the draft, right? Like, Clockwork support can be good, but he's got to get things done, and he's tried. It's not that he hasn't been trying. It's just, it's tough. It's really tough.
I think he's just spent too much time out of lane. He's wandering between these 2 lanes and not getting anything done on top of it. Like, one of the big things as a support, like, if you're going to roam, like you said, you have to get things done. Like, and Clockwork just isn't really a hero that can do that until he hits 6. Like, he just needs to sit in lane and hope to get some kills that way. Like, if anything, you should send the Jakiro to another lane. Because, A, he's going to have better harass anyway. As Snapped actually goes down to the Brewmaster ult there at the bottom lane.
Did get
Aegisworn is down here. He's got Impale. He's going to throw that out. He's got Mana Drain. But he's not going to be able to pick up any kind of kill here.
So that was interesting. So he actually ruptured the Brewmaster, and then Brewmaster ulted, and it got rid of it.
And it,
Yeah. I didn't actually know that. That's how it worked.
yeah, until he's reborn, I believe.
No,
so
when he was reborn, it wasn't on him anymore.
yeah, because the duration was gone.
Yep.
So it's 12-second duration for the Bloodseeker ult, and it's 16 for the Brewmaster. So basically, he just becomes invulnerable, and then it times out.
Yeah, that's crazy. Sheep gets a ton of damage on Fade. He should.
Brewmaster is a pretty good hero. He's getting a lot of play in all levels of Dota right now. So I mean, I think that shows you kind of why. Like, a lot of his issues have kind of been resolved by teams switching to like a kind of a different play style.
And I think his talents are really good in this patch too, right?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean,
Yeah.
Plus 30 damage, 200 health. Those are pretty good. Plus 3 second on the slow on the thunderclap. That's pretty freaking good. Oh,
I think this game you're probably going to see the magic resistance get picked up because of the March of the Fiends.
oh, nice impale. probably will save those two's life. Yep. Actually, Ziggity come in here, starts getting some smacks, forces out a cog. Crazy Ziggity. Lucky that Disruptor wasn't around. That might have been a little bit scarier.
Honestly, I kind of feel that the Team Blue should have mixed up the lanes and just had the Brewmaster go solo against Ziggity, or even go against like the tri-lane there, because like he showed us last game that he can die and then, you know, he'll catch up. The tri-lane would have been much more effective against Bloodseeker.
Yeah, and then I also think just having a melee versus the Brewmaster is almost a guaranteed loss lane for the other hero. It's just so freaking good. Oh man, Ziggity gets a first hit bash. Fave's completely out of mana. Gonna have to start running around. Oh man, Chronosphere is active. I don't think Disruptor can do much but just kind of stand there and watch Ziggity kill his friend. Sheepy's gonna fire some blasts down. Clockwork's gonna start running around. He should be okay. Actually, might be able to do a lot of damage to Sheepy depending on what he decides to do, but he's just gonna run to the tower, and Disruptor will finally be able to give him a little bit of support if they go on him. And that's the disadvantage of these two supports, right? You are not in the defensive position. You have no way to protect your core from a Chronosphere. The only thing you might be able to do is lay down an ult when that point gets there. Snap's actually going up on the... Oh, ends up getting the silence this time. No more ult for you, Brewmaster, and Snap takes down that Brewmaster. LSC starting to come away in this mid-game.
And it's not just the kills either, it's just they're winning the CS battle, and that's the big thing. Like 59-25 for the Bloodseeker, 49-3 for the Void. Like those two heroes at the top of the net worth, and it's because they're getting kills, but more importantly, they're staying in lane, they're getting CS, and they're getting kills. Yeah, like we said, early game kills help, but efficiency in the lanes is more important.
Yep. And that Clockwork is just poor as crap, right? I mean, he's done nothing for 12 minutes. Looks like Disruptor is 6 this time, so he's going to have to be a little bit careful. Doesn't want to try accelerating his run too fast, otherwise he'll just get... Actually, man, if Disruptor was still around, that would have been a kill. That snake did quite a bit of damage there. Sheepy's going to turn top. Hasn't been a lot of action, but I think that totally favors LSC's draft. I kind of was expecting a little bit more of a intense laning phase coming out from Team Blue. Something like you were kind of talking about, like maybe an aggressive tri-lane, or maybe having the supports do a lot more rotations to try to keep the Bloodseeker out of control.
This dude is getting pretty good farm though, and considering she's only like level 7, hasn't even reached her first major item yet, like her farm is only going to accelerate, so she's not really a big like early game hero. More gonna like kind of slowly pick up steam. The Mask of Madness will help. After that, I would expect her to probably get like Yasha and or a Maelstrom and go into Scotty. Then at that point, she's gonna become a nuisance. But right now, she's kind of a farmer and out of position here, as she's gonna have to use the ults to kind of break this LS gank. Tar's up here in Viz. He's going to walk in the middle of things. Blink on the Brewmaster onto Aegisworn. He's going to definitely get that kill. Brewmaster picks up the Lion kill. Desmodus is going to get ulted up by the Bloodseeker. Ziggity's coming back around. He does have a Chronosphere, but the Static Storm's going to hold him in place. And so are the
nice
great cogs and the gates as well. Can Ziggity get out? As it ends, he's able to time walk away. The Brewmaster went pretty deep into that tower there trying to kill Snaps, but comes back into his normal form and forced to run away there from the bulk of the remaining LSC. So it's only a 1-0. Not a huge exchange there, but a lot of close calls there for LSC.
Yeah, no kidding. That Ziggity was just pounding that time walk. Tar is very close to his boots travel. And he's going to start, his farm will start accelerating on top of that as well. Ziggy still has his Chronosphere too if he wants to use it. Brewmaster's kind of standing by. His ult is down though. His clap is fully charged, fully maxed out though. It does a decent chunk of damage. Snap is starting to get harassed down here by this Medusa. Medusa's tired of that top lane. Snap just this Medusa's causing all sorts of headache. I think that this is exactly what they wanted to lane, right?
Disruption back from Ziggity actually allows him to put up a 3-man chrono. Now Tar's in the middle there shooting rockets off. Not exactly what Solaire had in mind, I don't think. This tower is deniable, but they're just kind of walking away from it at the moment. Most picks up a kill on Snapped in the bottom lane thanks to that Medusa. Are they going to deny this tower? Catapult. Deny it! What are they? Oh, they fortified it! Oh no!
Oh!
Okay, they do get it. I thought maybe
that
that
was
catapult would
close.
sneak it away. So now we got
Mass
two
TP's
support
bottom.
TPs at the bottom. Tinker coming as well. They really want to get this tower. They have... No, they don't have the ults. The Snake actually reduced the ult of the Medusa, so she couldn't get the ult off. Just ticked down to the fire damage.
And the rocket was on its way as well.
Game is hard. Retman. Tower in the bottom lane is deniable too, so it looks like we're going to get a denied tower for a denied tower.
Goes. First talent trees are starting to come online. Sheepy's actually almost got his too. Brewmaster coming in, gonna get immediately silenced if he doesn't blink away, but he decides to blink away. Looks like the Medusa ult is back up and running. He's trying to run away, but the Rupture's doing just quite a bit of damage. Now the ult from the Brewmaster comes out. Mr. Age is warm. You gotta keep running, but there's no way for you to run. The Brewmasters are just gonna hunt you down. Here comes up in the air, gonna tossed around, sent back down, rock in your face, and then everyone will just collapse on top of you. What are they doing? He's not dead. Okay, Jesus. I thought they were gonna let him live there for a second. Here comes Tar. Nope, they decided to kill the creep instead. Tar will have to rearm and come back in. And in the meantime, Jakiro, hiding in the forest, gets hunted down. Snap gets ulted and then glimpsed. Kind of awkward there, but the Brewmaster's there to clean that up. And Tar did end up coming in there. He wants to be careful now. He does not have his Blink Dagger. But the Clockwork ult did get burned and expended for that gank on Snap.
Disruptor really wants to go for the glimpse. Can he get vision of him, though? He does get vision of him here, I think. Oh. He went for the ward and ward placement instead. Aegis Sworn, fairly certain that there's someone down here, and the Clockwork pings it out. Clockwork does not have shock. He might have seen that ward placement down.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they did or not.
You couldn't tell where he was in the cliff.
Ziggity in the top lane, he does almost have that diffusal blade I was talking about in the open. He's going to throw the Chronosphere out on the Medusa. Rocket's going to hit as well. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Once that mana shield goes down.
Burst damage from Tar. Max missile, max laser, just goodbye, Fave.
Yeah, and he is so close to having that diffusal online as well.
Oh, and it's time for us to have the weekly discussion about the item that I hate. Koya.
Ooh, magic stick.
No, I like that. Who doesn't like
What item do you hate? Let me think. I don't know.
Lincoln Sphere.
Ah, Lincoln Sphere. Let me guess. The Queen? Nope, not the Queen.
Medusa.
Oh.
I understand why. Has crit dies in the mid lane here, and maybe some more. Yeah.
Tar's in deep trouble.
Piece of head. Tar maybe in some
Oh
trouble.
man,
as well. Tries
actually
to
nice
take it away.
rotation. Oh, but the nice
Oh,
Brewmaster ult.
done.
Ooh, Nick's Aegis Worm too. I think he's gonna die for that too. Tries to actually blast the Earth Panda, but the Earth Panda does not care. Up in the air, Snap goes. Oh, can't do anything but actually gets a Sanjay and Yasha in the air, which is pretty hilarious. And that's 3 heroes down for LLC. I thought LLC played that well, but Team Blue just played it a little better. Okay, back to Lincoln Sphere. All right, so
So the theory is you want to block the rupture, right? But if you're Medusa, once you get ruptured, what do?
you have
You
ult.
throw up Stone Gaze. Like, you throw Stone Gaze up, and you force them back. And, sure, it only lasts for 7 seconds at max, so that means you have to survive for another 5 seconds. But if you have farm on a Medusa, if you have Yasha or Manta or Scotty, like, you can survive for 5 seconds.
So
If you have BKB, you can survive for 5 seconds. As this Brewmaster is getting gone on here.
Oh, the evade.
The hookshot actually connected with the Queen of Pain, but it allowed him to get into range to cog up Tar. Now Sheepy's in some trouble here. Battery Salt is going to go off. There is no TP available for 25 seconds here for Sheepy, and so he is going to be sacrificed. Great altar of Team Blue. Desmodus picks up a killing spree, and Snapped actually picks off this poor Disruptor, walks by this ward here. Yeah, he pings it out. He's like, yeah, there's vision there, guys. And he is right. There is.
So, okay. Lincoln Sphere, okay, here's my philosophy on Lincoln Sphere. First of all, this is not the time in the game to get Lincoln Sphere, in my opinion. I think Lincoln Sphere, unless you have a draft like a Doom and no other single target, and you're like, well, if I get a Lincoln Sphere, I'm basically protected, right? But very rarely do you see that type of drafts not in pubs. In pubs, you see it every once in a while, but it's not very rare in captains. Oh, we're going to see a little bit of action mid. I'm going to pause my thought for a second. Clockwork's going to come in there, but there's a ton of action. Wow, he just ignites. Brewmaster's in the cogs, though. Snaps. Oh, in the air he goes, and then back to the grave he goes. Oh, man, beautiful Chronos. Oh, the Macro Pyre on top. Will the Pandas up? And actually, Ziggity's going to go in the air. The Earth Panda's going to be on the move. They're going to have to see if they can get rid of it. Oh, and they aren't able to do anything about it. And the Tier 1 tower will fall. That was a 2 for 3. Slight favor for LSC, but not much, as the game is only a 1K net worth difference. Okay, back to Lincoln Sphere real quick, and then I'll let you talk about it. Oh, man, there's just too much action. I'm not ever getting my conversation about it. And I know you want to say something too. Ziggy's going to get a little time lapse out, start keeping those abilities from cooling down, maybe actually re-engage. Oh, just Fusel Blaze, the poor Clockwork. He ain't going anywhere now. Now he's just going to casually walk away. Okay, the thing I like about Lincoln Sphere is when you're like, hey, I want to go high ground. We are really far ahead, or we have insanely good slow siege. If I put my, like, I'm not saying they have good slow siege, but let's just say they do. They sit in front of the base. Medusa just sits there and just starts slowly chipping down the tower. LSC hits with a spell. They back up, wait for it to recharge, and go back in. That's what you see in the pros a lot, especially when they start getting really late game. Like, everyone gets Lincoln Spheres because they just sit and they slow siege. But if you're going to have big team fights, or you're going to have these big 5-man engagements where you're expecting to see the other team also have big engagements, the Lincoln Sphere is going to do nothing because you're going to block one ability. One. That's it. Versus a BKB will block all of the abilities and likely throughout the entire team fight. So, I don't mind the item, but I think this is not the right time to pick it, because like what you said, you have Stone Gaze, and honestly, if I remember right, Mana Shield does give you a little protection from Rupture too, so you could activate it, back up a little bit, reposition yourself. Even with not having defensive supports, I think there's way better items at this point you can get.
The biggest thing is, to me, is that how does it accelerate your game?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
It doesn't, right? Like, it does nothing to accelerate your game.
Blink Dagger up on the Aegis Worm. Yules is going to come down, but man, that's why you have that beautiful setup from Sheepy. Man, the bash is just hit from everywhere. No, you will not run away, Queen of Pain. You will be bashed by Ziggity, and now the heroes from Team Blue are going to run away. Yeah, and that's why I don't like getting at this point in the game, right? When you, oh, wow.
We're up on the Brewmaster.
Nice. Nice Chronosphere. That was really pretty. I don't know if I think he's going to be okay. Oh, and as oh my gosh! Wow, what an ult from the Panda. Sends Ziggity in the air and throws him back down. And now Sheepy's going to be in a bit of trouble. Snap's going to come in here. I'm not sure what he can do, though. He's just going to have to run around and hopefully not get caught out by anything. Cogs are going to keep him out of position. Oh, maybe get a little gold from that Panda. Oh, Clockwork gets snacked by the Ice Path. Tar's going to start throwing all sorts of spells out, and then Snapped will come in there and start cleaning house. Disruptor's going to do what he can, try to... Oh, God, that laser hurts so freaking bad. And Tar's just got a big smile on his face, and his net worth is just starting to come back online. Medusa's is definitely top of the net worth, but the cores from LSC are trailing right behind the cores of Team Blue. And yeah, so I mean, when you're back to the Lincolns, like it's like what you said, right? At this point in the game, you need more farm. Even with Split Shot and Snake, you're not farming really fast. I mean, she's got good farm, but
the fact of the matter is that nobody under like a 5-6K player is going to farm as efficiently as a pro player. So like they get Lincolns early because they push their advantages early. They get uphill early. They have farm early. Other players aren't that good at farming. Like they're not that good at the rotation stuff. So you need what little help that you get from like a Yasha or a Maelstrom, which actually is a lot of help, and it allows you to team fight, which kind of wanted to. Like Team Blue had a pretty massive lead, or at least it felt like a massive lead. It was like 4K lead, and they've kind of thrown it away in team fights because they've only been fighting 4-on-5 like the whole game. Medusa's been farming this whole time, and she still doesn't have a ton to show for it.
And she grabs a Force Staff. Grabs a Force Staff, which again I'm not the biggest fan of, because you know, you, as a primary core, unless you're doing like a push lineup, right? Like you need something to farm. Like yeah, it's a great defensive item. You don't have defensive supports, totally get that. But instead of a Lincoln Sphere, you could have grabbed a Maelstrom, you could have grabbed a Yasha, and then now you would have been able to do a Force Staff because you would have been in probably a position where you would have needed it.
I'm even just going for the straight Dragon line. Provides you with a lot of really good stats, and then
that
you can go from there. But now they're gonna go,
gonna lock down that Brewmaster, and then the Macropyre is gonna come as well. Alt's gonna have to be expended. Actually, Yule's up on a creep, which was kind of awkward. Snap's gonna get sheeped up.
Shot.
Nice Glimmer Cape, gonna help give him a little protection from running away. Man, actually,
Green Pain actually missed everything. Like it went right between the wickets. Didn't hit a hero.
My camera work was a little shaky there, but we're back in the action now. Aegisworm going to start running away from the clockwork, and now the Queen of Pain silenced up, laser down. 2 heroes go down from Team Blue. And man, that Brewmaster, he may have had an ult that avoided a lot of damage, but he was just running around. The Brewlings couldn't do anything.
Yeah, that was a really weird fight. Like the Scream of Pain, like I said, for the Sonic Wave.
Uh-oh, Medusa tries to run away as soon as she realizes she made a terrible mistake. However, Tar comes in here and just starts laying down the pain. Brewmaster does not have an ult. He is just taking a ton of damage from that March. And yeah, Save Your Buddy Syndrome did come out, and he might be okay from it, but no, Ziggity's gonna... Oh my gosh, he might actually get out of that. Clockwork's gonna have to... He did sacrifice himself, but well worth the trade. LSC probably need to turn this into a tower push now to make it worth it, since that Bloodseeker did not get the kill on the Brewmaster. Whew.
I mean, honestly, they could just take this tower and go Roshan right here.
Yeah, that would actually be probably the way to go. I'd be surprised if that's not what they do. Oh, Tar picks up a freaking Arcane Rune.
Looks like he must push to the mid lane here, so they're going to try to just take some objectives while is down.
Here comes more marching all over the place. Snap go for a build Diffusal Blade on good Yasha. Pretty good stuff there. I think Team Blue is in a bit of trouble. LSC's going to take this next tower, I think, fairly easily. Medusa is online. They could choose to defend this. Oh, someone gets caught out. It's the Clockwork. He is not going to survive that. I didn't see where he was.
It looks like miscommunication. I think he might have TP'd the shrine there. Yeah, it looks like his TP is on cooldown, so he like TP'd into that shrine expecting his team to be there, and they were not.
LSC, 3 towers. Increasing their gold league by, it's pretty close to what? Something like almost 4,000 gold. Brewmaster ult is up now. Time dilation comes out, but not going to affect. Poor little Aegisworm going to have to sacrifice himself for his team. Snap, ooh, Queen of Pain actually fires up before Snap gets sent down. Now Snap's on the run, but he is a slow Bloodseeker. And did to get, oh, that glimpse is kind of awkward, but he's still going to go down. And Sheepy's, no way. Is he going to get out of this? Dyer tried to pop out a scan, but no scan is there. Sheepy is on the run, and he is going to get out. Only 2 heroes go down for LSC. I think it was a little bit greedy of them to try to go high ground there, but they didn't get punished too badly. As I say that, Ziggity is here in
The
this
fog,
lane.
he didn't see him.
Oh.
I think Ziggity saw the Brewmaster, but he did not see. Oh no, they didn't see each other. They're both running by
Oh
each other
my
now.
gosh! Now they see
Now
him.
control. The silence comes out. The slow. The battery assault. Can he do this? Yes. Oh my goodness! I thought they were going to be 2 ships passing in the night right there, like not aware of each other's existence, and control comes out of nowhere. And it's like, holy shit! There's a hero here.
Macropire comes in there. Tar's in the back line to start firing rockets like mad. Curious where Tar's next item is. He's working on the Scepter. It's coming on. It's going to be outlined fairly soon. Age Warmed a little aggressive there. Probably not the play. He just gets ignited. Nice. Oh, I think that cheap. Yeah. Oh, actually, the Queen might get away. Yep, gonna get out of that. I'm a little surprised. Thought he was gonna make it there, but now the ult from the Medusa comes online. Clockwork re-engages on Tar, and actually Tar's gonna die for that. Wow, beautiful play from Team Blue there. Taking a bad situation and making it pretty decent. Lincoln's is online now for the Medusa. She has a full Hurricane Pike.
Yeah, she's had it for a little bit now, so she's finally starting to accelerate that farm, and it's showing on the net worth chart. Like once she got the Hurricane Pike, really kind of.
Boy, at LSC's farm, almost 6,000, almost 7,000 ahead. Now back down to only a 1K. Oh man, Ziggity really wants this Medusa, but he is going to get glimpsed back, snapped. Don't think he has an ult. He does not. Ziggity gets sent in by that Clockwork. Macropire going to come out. Whoa! Ziggity comes out with barely no health. Is able to re-engage now with the time walk. Clockwork's going to try to TP away, but you know, Aegis Worm says you are not getting away. I am going to blast you into nothing. Medusa will slowly go down, and then pretty much instantly the Disruptor follows.
Yeah, that time dilation did so much work in that fight. Like Disruptor couldn't even move. Clockwork just gave up. Was like, I'm out. Like the Medusa didn't have a chance there either. It was pretty rough. I mean, so just like that, you know, they throw most of a 6K lead. Team Blue seems to finally have some momentum. Then just like that, 3 heroes are dead.
What's crazy too is like the Chronosphere was kind of whiff, but it was able to hold him in position long enough for Snap to get there. And LSC were able to get some work done. Looks like we got Manta Diffusal online by Ziggity. Curious what he'll go next. Tar is about 1,000 gold out from his Scepter. Aegis actually has his lens online, so he can fire his abilities from about forever away. God, his Finger of Death does so much freaking damage with that plus 200 too. Maybe a smoke up here for LSC? No?
Snapped has pick up a Diffusal as well, and he's going to go BKB next. Doesn't have a ton in... He's got 180 damage for right click, but not dishing out a ping quite yet. Ziggity got 190. But more importantly is that Chronosphere and the Diffusal Manta comp.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both teams are smoked up, kind of heading towards each other as well. Control is smoked up, heading towards the team. They're both heading towards Roshan. Disruptor's in the pit here. He's going to break this smoke, and he's going to die for it. I mean, if any hero's going to take that gank, that's
wow!
the one. Okay, that Clockwork almost made a very big mistake there. He has got to be happy that hook shot missed everything. Like, even if it hits Roshan,
Yeah.
like he's just a dead Clockwork. Somehow splits the wickets and able to survive there.
Yeah, he's got to be just thrilled with himself. Oh, thank God. And there goes the Scepter from Tar, which makes a lot of this stuff even more difficult. He did opt to boost the march damage, so the march does even more damage now. Oh, I didn't realize his level 25 isn't amazing. It's okay.
Who's?
Tinker's.
Yeah. I mean, 100 lasers damage if you have Aghanim and you hit 5 heroes. That's 500 extra damage. It's pretty good.
Oh, does the laser increase every time it hits somebody?
No, it stays the same,
Oh, okay.
but it does 100 extra damage for each player that it hits.
Oh, okay.
So instead of hitting for 320 for each hero, potentially, and it's not often you see a 5 hero laser, but potentially you could do 500 more damage on top of the 50 you're already. So I mean that's pretty good. The mini stun on the missiles, okay if you have somebody that's like trying to TP you away, but other than that, not especially great.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be more annoying than effective. Plus 14% rupture damage or 25% lifesteal. Wow. Teams want this Roshan. I think it's definitely the next objective. Do you like the backtrack or the giant chronosphere for Void?
Depends. I think in a game like this, I think I'd like to see the extra. Honestly, I think it's safer. Like if the other team has like good burst damage, and you feel that you're really getting burst down as he jumps in onto the Queen of Pain here, Desmodus will blink away. Not quite able to get those blinks. Poor Aegisworn. Dropped by the Brewmaster, who's got Nullifier. So we're just seeing all kinds of new items in this game.
Oh, he didn't. Oh, wow. I saw the relic on him, but didn't know he was going for Nullifier. That actually makes a lot of sense. Probably really freaking good for Tara.
Yeah, definitely a very good item against the Tinker, and he's going ham on this Roshan here. They're going for the Disruptor. They're going to get the Disruptor. He's lasered up. The Sheepy ult does go down. Here comes Ziggity out of nowhere. He throws out the Static Storm. Now muted is a Sheepy. He's in the storm. The Sonic Wave's going to take out 2 heroes there. Now Tar might be in some trouble. The Split's going to come out. Can he throw the stun up in time? He doesn't have the vision for it. Needed to get up that hill. I don't know if Blink was down for him, maybe. But they're just going to go get Roshan instead. This Brewmaster is doling out the damage. I mean, his itemization, Echo Saber and that Nullifier, plus 164. Honestly, he does more damage. He does more damage than the Queen or the Medusa does.
On top of the fact that he does some decent bursts too. 300. We got yeah, 300 damage from the clap. Plus it's what, a 7-second slow. I mean, that's insane. Like 7 seconds. Ugh. Yeah, the Echo Saber is only 5 seconds. You'll get 2 Echo Saber hits and that one slow. That's a ton of potential crits too. Ugh.
If I'm LSC, I really got to think about banning that hero. Like honestly, I would have banned it after the last game when played basically lights out after having a somewhat rough early game.
Yeah.
After this game, we're definitely banning that hero. As control is going to get taken down.
Yeah, I don't think they're really benefiting from having it out there, and boy, Team Blue is making work of it. Curious what Brewmaster does next. Wow, he goes the plus 15% Drunken Brawler chance. That's interesting. Instead of the split cooldown.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's basically kind of built himself as damage dealer right now, right? Like, he's doing 300 damage,
A right click. So if he's got 15% more chance to dodge or to crit, like that gives him a 55% chance to crit. He's gonna hit
Crit like basically every other.
230% damage for that. So he's gonna crit for what, like 660 damage
Sounds right.
on top of. So like, I mean, an Echo Saber is basically gonna do like 900. Obviously not with reduction, but
Yeah.
it's still gonna do like probably a good after reduction. That's a crazy amount for a single
Yeah.
Echo Saber attack.
And then you have your ult to bail yourself out too if you think you put yourself in a bad situation.
He's got Orchid and Nullifier as well, so like he can just really wreak havoc in fights. He can dish some damage, split when he gets low.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, Medusa's going to start chipping away at this tier 2 mid. Actually, some decent chunks coming out of it too.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Rockets coming from both sides of the team, firing over the canyon. Go for the split shot modifiers. Ziggity doesn't care for that silence, just gets out of there. Looks like LC wanted to defend it. Nice micropire. Where's Ziggity? He's muted though. The Nullifier doing a ton of work, completely muting him out. Now he's going to have to back way off. Brewmaster going to lay down the ult, and the Medusa ult comes out, securing that tower for them. Chronosphere's going to come out, kind of awkward positioning, splitting the fight into two groups. They're going to start working on this Medusa, but she's able to take a ton of damage. Queen of Pain ult comes out. Medusa's finally going to go, but man, that is just a scepter, or not a scepter, an agent. Wow, I can't really talk anymore.
Void's in a
Going back to the
too.
fight.
He's got muted.
Oh my gosh, everything's going on here. Hey, stunned up on the front liner of that Brewmaster. He's starting to lose all of his mana from the... Now here comes the Disruptor ult.
Disruptor ult.
Beautiful Disruptor ult. Taking out the two supports of LSC, and they're probably both going to fall. Sheepy ends up getting a nice Glimmer Cape mute. That Nullifier doing work on that Void for like the third time. Brewmaster finally going to go down, actually giving a fair amount of gold to LSC. Now the Medusa's going to start beating down. BKB is online from Snapped, and he is pissed! He's going to start ravaging into these heroes. Looks like he's going to let Tar take out that Clockwork. Now Snapped is in a little bit of pain. Ziggity, I think, actually bought back for this. Sheepy probably not. Oh! And, oh, Ziggity, that does not protect you from the glimpse. You will get sent back home. Tar's going to start chasing down this Disruptor. 4 staffed up. Tries to go home. Not really sure what he was doing there. Nope. He's going to be found, though. He's so close to home. Disruptor can taste home. Tars gets... Oh, he gets glimpsed back. Ziggity's going to have to go home. Finally gets the right click right at the base. Home sweet home was so close, but not... But so far, 4 heroes go down. And I don't know if anyone... I think Ziggity bought back for that, but...
Yeah, Ziggity bought back. Nobody else did. Some pretty decent damage on the mid-tier tier 3, but it looks like it's going to get repaid in kind. Nice Stone Gaze coming out here, forcing Ziggity to kind of back off after that time walk.
Clockwork's going to come in here as well. He's going to throw out the Battery Assault. Misses with the hook shot. There's a lot of robots making their way up this tower here. Fortify is going to come out with the tower at about a quarter HP. Sheepy's going to throw out Dual Breath to try to harass the Medusa. Those machines are taking out this creep wave. It's going to allow another push if they want to, but they do not. They're going to play it safe. Snapped was pretty low. Back off. Try to expand their presence on the map.
Wow, talk about a crazy game. We have 44 minutes in, and there's a 2K net worth there for the two teams. Might be a little bit more experience. Yeah, 6,000 experience going for LSC, but boy, it was 4,000 for Team Blue just a little bit ago.
Very, very back and forth game.
Macro Pyre pierces immunity and his pure damage. Oh, God, it's a nice ability. Uh-oh. Clockwork. Sees a Ziggity. Some Cog. Nope. Disruptor wasn't able to get his Thunder Strike off. I wonder if that would be a potential glimpse opportunity, but not quite there. Tar's almost got his level 25 as well. Level 25s, I think we're going to start seeing come around the board all over the place. So many heroes in LSC are 23, 24. Curious to see how far we got on the other side. 5 on Queen of Pain. Goes for the fear. I really like that. Poor Clockwork only level 18. Same with Disruptor. That's where the big differences in experience are between the supports.
And I mean, that goes back to being level 2 at like 6-7 minutes for the Clockwork. So not a huge surprise that he's still quite a ways out from this 25. We're pretty close to seeing what Ziggity's gonna make as to his decision for his 25 talent. I think both are good.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I don't think I think Jax is. I don't know why you get 1 extra second on your ice path. I mean, 3 seconds stun. It's not near as good as how much damage I think. Man, I actually see a pretty big response from here from Team Blue, and I think LSC are going to get punished severely. Beautiful Clogs placement. Glimpse comes out, bounces back the Cogs. 2 cores go down for LSC. That's a ton of network swing. And that was a Ziggity. That was a Ziggity buyback. Or dieback, I should say. And I think LSC. That Macropire. A lot of work in that one. Takes out that creep wave fairly easily.
Radiant's top tower is falling.
We'll be down there. Tar's down. I don't think there's anything. Cheeky's feared up. Bouncing around. Gonna get a Glimmer Cape off, but it will not be enough. Tar and Cheeky have to buy back. Tar is coming here. Rupture comes down. I'm not even sure who the Rupture's on. I think it must have been the Brewmaster. He just exploded. Oh, God! Poor Clockwork gets sent back home as well. Totally. I think that's totally worth it, though. You get 3 buybacks. Huge gold swing.
Yeah, all that damage coming out of that fight coming from Tar. I mean, that's the power of that level 25 laser. 5,000 damage. Most of it.
They'll never see this coming.
Yeah, LSC are going to have to be really careful now. I think they really want Roshan.
Are scanning.
As we check out the buyback status. Only snapped on LSC on buyback. Tar's going to have to be playing with some additional caution. Oh, Disruptor, I totally disagree with going for the gold. This game's not going to last that much longer. 180 gold meant 4 Thunderstrike hits. Oh, such a freaking good ability.
I mean, it is greedy, but I don't know that I agree with you when you say this game won't go that long. I mean, both teams are fairly even at this point. Okay, but if Ziggity goes down like that without buyback,
That's going to be Roshan for Team Blue.
Yep, he's going to spawn in 1 second. He is up. They're going to walk in here right at the same time.
Thanks, Gabe.
This is Cheese and Aegis and almost certain tower.
So, but the thing about the Thunder Strikes is it's not even just about the damage, it's the duration on which you have vision on the enemy hero.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that's the most important thing about it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it does damage, but it gives you 16 seconds of uninterrupted vision.
Well, I
That's
mean,
so good.
But even just the damage, though, 180 damage 8 times. That's pretty freaking good. Like, I mean, man, like, you place that on a couple heroes. Oh, and then Brewmaster just... Oh, that's not where Clockwork wants to be, but Queen gets a really nice sphere. Oh, that's going to be a dead Tar. That's a dieback for him, too. He is... Oh, is he going to be able to get out of it? No, he is not. Tar is down for almost 2 minutes. Ziggity is going to be back in 18 seconds. Snap's doing what he can, but he is only last core alive on LSC. Most of the alts have been expended as well. They're just going to have to do what they can with their spells, and that's probably about it. Luckily, they got the Brewmaster. I think that's what's making them probably stay alive as long as they're going to. Sheepy's going to take a ton of damage every time he tries to get these spells off. That Mana Shield is just doing a ton of work. Ziggity comes in here, starts down with a big Chronosphere. They start taking off backline heroes. No fear yet comes out for the Queen of Pain. But man, Medusa is still just beating down this Barracks. Mana Shield has finally been depleted. Aegis will be popped. A little bit early on that Ice Path. Ends up not actually connecting. That Medusa is taking a ton of damage. Queen needs to come down here and do some fear action. She does end up coming in there. And now Snap, Sheepy, and Ziggity are on the retreat. Aegis Worm as well. Gets a stun off. Tower goes down somewhere. Not really sure where. Must be in the mid lane because there's a ton of creeps there. Ziggity starts taking a ton of damage. Throws up the Manta Illusions, but they're just going to die. Oh man, Aegis Worm comes down here with all sorts of mana steals. Macro Pyre was popped. Going to start doing quite a bit of work on the knocking down creeps. Oh, the Queen is going to end up going down to the Rupture. Now Medusa's going to be on the run, and I don't think there's anything they can do to stop her unless... Oh, Bash! The Bash! Mana Shield is offline. Now these heroes will slowly start... Oh, man, does she have Satanic? She does. Satanic... Oh! And Aegis Worm says, I'm tired of that. You cannot gain your health back. You're just going to get bursted down.
That is the first tier 3 of the game, though, so in terms of trades, I think that was fairly close. You had, what, 2 or 3 heroes go down for LSC, then you had 4 for Team Blue, but they got the tower.
Oh, they ended up getting the racks, too. I didn't even notice that, so...
Yep. So a net win there as they get the melee.
Yeah, and they got the... PS needs stuff. Oh.
A little surprised that Brewmaster didn't buy Boots of Travel and try to buy back and there.
I'm surprised too, actually, because he could have bought back, sold his phase boots, bought bots, and come in there.
Oh yeah, he had more than enough gold.
Yeah.
He had like 4,800 gold.
Yeah, because he's got a buyback surplus of 3,800. Yeah, with Brewmaster, I think they would have taken 2 lanes. Almost guarantee it too. What's Tar going for? Bloodstone? Yeah. Disruptor. Oh yeah, we already talked about not getting the 4 Thunder Strikes. Goes for the rocket flare damage over the magic resistance. How much does that put rocket flare at? 325. I think I would have gone the magic resistance, to be honest. Man, rocket flare true sight. That's pretty freaking sweet. Wow. I did not realize that was his level 25.
Yeah.
For a support, for a support, that's pretty freaking hot.
I think actually that in this game the 20% magic resistance might be better, but I think overall rocket flare damage is better.
Oh yeah.
Again,
yeah.
if you can hit 5 with it,
yeah,
a lot of damage.
Totally agree. I just think with Tar and Sheepy, he tends to. I mean, I know Sheepy probably went with the Macro Pyre Pierces. Yeah, he did. So it's not as good, but
a bulk of their damage, all the Tinker damage, the Lion damage, hero damage, a lot of it anyway, until the 5. I mean, there's just so much. I'm honestly surprised the Brew didn't go it either.
Yeah, I was too. I know you talked about that earlier. The Thunderclap's really good, but they're not doing... I mean, they have such good chase already. Okay, pause is going to end here in just a second. Maybe.
Weird. Weird, please.
Oh, looks like we did have a little bit of an internet issue as well. I need to use the restroom. Charter was not behaving, had quite a bit of lost packets just a little bit ago. Sorry about that, guys, who are watching the grand finals of the AD2L Season 18. Shout out to all of our viewers out there. Really appreciate if you follow our channel. We try to do as much AD2L coverage as we can. If you need your game casted, you can get a hold of us. Our Twitter handles are on the title screen. In between games, get a hold of me or Legion, and we'll hook you up.
We got all the hookups.
All of them. I'm also in the Discord channel over on AD2L2, Tall Guy 14. If anyone wants to get a hold of us that way, that works as well. No kidding, huh? Ugh. 12K in Bitcoins for pizza. Man, best pizza of your life, I hope. Hopefully it wasn't Little Caesars. Ugh. Going to Mod Pizza for lunch tomorrow. I'm pretty excited about that.
Which
Speaking
no
of
one in our audience knows what that is.
no, I bet it do. It's a big Seattle chain. It's actually a
Is
chain.
it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so just happened to open up one over here. I actually ate it in the Portland airport.
Today I learned.
Yeah, the key is you get to have it's unlimited ingredients, so it's just like Subway. So you could have like this monster pizza if you wanted. And now I really want pizza. Why did I start talking about pizza? Damn it. How far is Aegis from his level 25? He goes the AoE Hex. I don't blame him at all. As much as I love the Earth Spike.
And Ziggity actually went the backtrack.
He did go the backtrack. Okay. I don't
mean,
know
he's
if I
pretty
think
solid about hitting 2 and 3 as it is.
Yeah, and I guess the other thing is he doesn't have another melee core except for Tar, and Tar can already be back. I mean, he can kind of be, and he's already so far back. But like, you're increasing your odds of hitting snapped or even sheepy or Aegis Worn when you have that big AoE ult. So it does probably help reduce the risk of those casualties of war when you throw down the ult.
I do love seeing it though.
Oh my god, it's so funny looking. Like, it's just...
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I'm pretty sure that the last major that somebody got it, and it was just absolutely ludicrous.
Oh, I think I saw someone, it wasn't on the Roche pit, but you know how the Roche pit has that, where the rune spot is? It covered this entire area. Like,
Yeah.
I think it was like this, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, if you're a support up here on these ledges, you're still in the chronosphere. Like,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah, it's
usually where I
pretty nuts.
stand, so...
I think the big thing is, like, with a chronosphere that big, you need vision. Like, it... And also, you're relying on supports to not cluster. Like, in the professional scene, supports will stand far enough back. Like, they'll know where to be to not get caught in a sphere. But if it's that big, it's kind of almost impossible to not do it.
Yeah.
Whereas supports at basically other levels, like any other level under, like, 5, 6K, they're going to have moments where they cluster. Even pros have moments where they cluster. The moments are just going to be more frequent.
Yeah.
And so you don't really need to worry about it as much. And this way, you don't have to worry about getting burst down. You're going to backtrack 25% of ink.
Well, Mike, I mean, you know...
Looks like he might want to go onto this Brewmaster here. Nope, he's just going to time dilation.
That's the
it
other thing I
back.
love about Disruptor. You get that talent that gives you the extra cast range. You can put freaking wards everywhere. I guess that's not his ward, is it? No, it's Radiant ward. That is a Disruptor ward. I love it when you start getting increased range, though, and you can put wards so far away. It's hilarious. Lincoln Sphere up online. Queen.
Yeah, this is just one of those games where it's like it could easily go another half an hour because you got the Tinker, who is the master of uphill defense. You got Medusa, who is quite. I mean, I guess she's 6-slotted. She could trade her boots out in and out for another item.
I mean,
Butterfly or
Rapier.
I mean, she could get Rapier. I don't think there's any point in getting it now. I mean, she could buy it and then
Oh,
buy the
we're gonna-
pieces. And
We're gonna, man. We don't see any meteor hammers, and all of a sudden we have another one.
and then we see another.
How much damage does it do to towers? Oh, we do have.
It's
smash.
damage over time. Ziggity gonna go in on Desmodus. He throws out the
Oh
BKB.
God! Kills himself.
Didn't quite walk fast enough after the blink. If you're quick enough, you can actually get out of the range of that to do damage from you. Now Brewmaster's in the middle of things. BKB'd up. He's searching for something, anything, but he's just not able to get it. He silences the void. Now the bash is coming out from Snapped and the illusions there. He ults to get through that. There are a ton of little frogs on the ledge here as Brewmaster wants to go for more. He tries to throw the rock at Ziggity, but it's not going to connect here. Now a nice hook shot onto Snapped. The Glimmer Cape will be there to try to defend him, but he's going to just cut through control. Now they're cutting through these Brewmaster things. I can't even think what to call them. The stun will come out at the last second. Brewmaster blinks away before the damage can be done to him. Disruptor probably going to die on the way out here as he's going to get missiled. A laser to follow here. Snapped following away. That send back's not going to really matter. Snapped picks up another kill. He's unstoppable now. 3 dead for Team Blue.
Uh-oh.
Could be an opportunity to force some buybacks
Hunted.
here.
Tars
And actually,
all
Roche
out
is
of
going to
mana.
spawn in 30 seconds. If LSE can scout this out, mutes him up. The bash. Can't mute that.
Takes him down.
So Roche is going to be up in 15 seconds. LSC wants. They can force some buybacks back to the Roche, and this is going to be the one that's got that refresher shard.
Ooh, who do you put the refresher shard on?
Oh, you got to give it to Ziggit.
Ziggy, yeah.
I think that the double Chronosphere is just. You got to have it. You're
one
LSC.
buyback. 2 buybacks. Right?
So they're going to get the range barracks. Fave is going to move towards the mid now, try to force some people back. Tar is back here, but he's in the fountain trying to recharge up. He's going to blink forward, try to throw out a laser here. He's going to do that and then follows up with the Hex. Immediately refreshes. Here's that wonderful game for all you people that love Tinker. He's going to perma-sheep him. He's just hexed up in the middle of this. He will pick up a Radiant Barracks here. The Lincoln Sphere is now off cooldown. He's going to try to pick up another Rax here. He's forcing LSC Heroes to come back. The Snapped is walking back. The Void is coming back. TP forward here. The Lion has died. The Chronosphere goes up. Tar actually blinks into it. The Snapped walks into it. Can he get the ult off? He does get it off, but is it going to matter? They do turn to stone. Can he get away now, though? He's hexed up. He can't get out. He wants that Satanic, but it's not going to be able to do the damage. What a hex coming out right before that comes down. If he's able to sit there and just Satanic those stone those stone heroes, he might not kill them, but he's going to get himself into a position where he's going to regen up enough that he might be able to. But all the same, he does get 2 more racks into the LS base, picks up the ranged in the top and the ranged mid. Honestly, probably a pretty decent trade as he stopped them from going uphill. Oh, no, he didn't.
Nope.
Minimized the damage, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know, like, what if he was defending, though? Would have he been able to protect the barracks? I mean, he would have had
I don't
that
think so.
ult.
He was like the only hero available for a while.
Uh-oh.
Maybe.
Snapped. Oh, here
Yep.
comes a missile!
Oh, the rocket.
Oh, that is so irritating.
Now the blood right and the bash coming out, and that's a dead disruptor. Buyback comes out almost immediately from the Queen of Pain. Bash is coming out onto this Broodmaster. He's going to split up. He will get that split off. The stun comes out onto the Bloodseeker. It's that ult's going to go through pure damage, and actually the Queen of Pain blinks right into the middle of their snapped is glimmered up and decides to back up, but only for a limited amount of time here. Bloodright's going to clean up most of the creeps. The Tinker's back into the middle of things here. That Storm Panda being awfully brave, throwing out long duration Cyclone onto Tar. This range barracks will fall in the mid, and now they're going to turn their attention to the top. The Medusa is going to come up here fairly shortly, and does have an ultimate, but Ziggity has one as well. Oh, nice hook shot onto two heroes here. The Cogs will potentially doom this Clockwork. A nice Sonic Wave as well. Can they get snapped here coming out? He tries to get the bashes, but the battery assaults are too much. Ziggity's going to die on the back line as well. Nice crit coming out from that Brewmaster. Now they want to go for more. The hook shot onto Tar. Oh, well played indeed. The Brewmaster calls it out just like that. 3 core heroes are down for LSE, and look at that gold swing. 4,600 gold going the way of Team Blue.
Oof. This game is so back and forth. Blue had a 10,000 net worth lead at one point.
I mean, it just goes to show that, like, at this late of a game, it comes down to just team fight execution. It doesn't really matter, you know, how much gold you have, because at this point, everybody's got a lot of gold.
Yep. These supports are actually doing pretty good work on, but they gotta be really careful.
Yeah, because they got a Brewmaster coming on the back line here. He's invisible. He wants to go for this kill. Tar did buy back here. Will he go on to Tar? He's got the Nullifier and the Bloodthorn. If he can jump in and Bloodthorn him, might be able to just blow Tar up. Instead, he's going to try to throw out the Meteor Hammer for some reason. He's going to get hexed up here. Now he's going to get stunned. No, he's not, because the BKB's there. He throws out another hook shot onto Tar, and he is dead. 113 seconds out. That's a dieback for him. Control taking a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter. The Brewmaster's going to throw out the ult just so he can make sure that he can get the damage on this snapped. BKBs himself, tries to get into the middle of things, throws the blood right down, pops the Lincolns onto the Queen of Pain. In the meantime, Medusa is in the bottom lane. She got hexed up, and now Ice Path going to come out, but it doesn't matter. Look at these things melt. This is going to be mega creeps for sure here. Tar out for 90 seconds still. Snap's going to be down now for 104. Kronos here does come out onto 3 heroes here, but what can Ziggity do? A nice ult coming out from the Lion. It will drop the Queen of Pain. The Brewmaster is going to throw out one more last thing. No, he's not actually. Control gets a hook shot onto Sheepy. The Faves now into the Cogs with the middle of things. He's got the Stone Gaze on. Sheepy is going to die to that. The BKB preventing a lot of that damage along with the Mana Shield. Satanic has not been used yet. Now everybody's down with no buyback here. The Medusa does have the buyback. She's got a lot of surplus gold remaining as well. That's just if they can kill her. She still has Satanic left, and she wants to pop it, and she should pop it relatively soon here, as they are going to continue going on this. She does not have mana anymore. She's going to have to pop. The Lincoln does go down there. Now she's going to maybe... No, she pops it way too late, and they just weren't able to pick up that kill with the Finger of Death. In the meantime, this Disruptor's... He's hanging out the creeps to do more damage than he is. He picks up the last tier 4 tower. Now he's going to try to waddle himself away, but no, he's not going to get anywhere.
Striker, run! Striker, run! Striker did not run.
Strider could not run fast enough right there, as he will die. But the question is can LSC do anything? They're hemmed into their base with mega creeps. They don't really have a good way to deal with those. They're going to have to start buying Maelstroms.
Definitely not the item they wanted to pick either.
Oh, did Disruptor buy something there? Oh no, his is on cooldown for 2 minutes. Okay. So only the Medusa has buyback. But I don't think she's even going to need to do it.
These creeps are just too strong. LSC don't really have a pushing... Oh, I mean, I guess Aegis Worm has a pushing lineup. It's called just alt the creeps. Tar can definitely push the lanes.
So it looks like they're going to leave Snapped and Sheepy back to the base, try to push things out as best as they can. The top lane's pushed out for the moment, but it's going to start creeping in here soon. They're going to actually go for Roshan. So they know that they don't have buyback, so they're going to try to get this third Roshan, who does have the Refresher Shard coming out here. That's going to be really nice for Ziggity. But now we have TPs coming in from Team Blue. They know what's going on here. Only but the Medusa, in terms of cores, is left. Desmodona.
Oh,
She the clockwork hook! That is so unfortunate, but this still might be okay. No, the Brewmaster just gets chunked down there as Desmodus walked in front of that hook shot and probably saved LSE from an even more devastating fight there. The Lincolns will get popped, and he jumps right into Tar and snapped. He's going to get hexed up here. A buyback comes out from Ziggity. They really need to defend the home. Medusa was in the base there trying to take things out. She's going to force them back with the Stone Gaze. What can she do now?
I can't. That was. Oh, clockwork.
Hook shot on the snapped.
Okay, here a little bit.
He's down for 100 seconds. This is going to be Roshan. I don't think Clock has anything to be.
No,
like,
you're right.
He
Yeah,
has no redemption.
I said that wrong. Yeah, that
That was
Queen.
100% the Queen of Pain that blinked right in front of that hook shot. Like, that hook shot was going to hit like 3 heroes and totally ruin LSC's day. And the Queen, unfortunately, right in front of it.
This is the opposite of what LSC wanted.
Force-staffed out of the pit there.
Force staff? Alright.
I don't think that was meant to do that. Look at that battery assault,
Jeez.
the interval there. So the refresher shard goes to Disruptor. Not a bad choice to have that on.
Bad choice.
And right now, it's all LSC can do to just push out lane. Snaps is down for another 45 seconds. While Team Blue, they can just wait for everybody to respawn and push down a lane and potentially end it.
And no tier 4s. LSC's base is literally an ancient. They have a couple snow cones on the ground that do not do anything against the creeps. It's a tough game.
We're getting to the point in the game where Clockwork's almost able to afford a heart. I mean, that's how late this game is going.
Yeah. 33.
Your support Clockwork.
Especially with cheese now, too.
They actually smoked. LSC smoked towards the top lane. They're not going to find it here. They don't have any creeps into the base. I don't think they have the damage for backdoor protection. They're not going to find any heroes there. They're going to have to TP back. Sheepies is in his stash, or is in his his backpack, so it's going to be delayed on that. Hookshot does not connect, but just barely misses Tar. Now the pings are going to come out. They see them coming that way? They do. Yeah, there was a ward up here on the till that definitely saw them come the backline. Team Blue is just going to spread out, come from all different angles of approach here. That Bloodright will connect onto the Clockwork, but the Brewmaster's in the middle of things. He's going to call down that Meteor Hammer. It will come down. 2-man Chronosphere now. He did get snapped as well, though. The gate and the ult going to go onto the Bloodseeker, and now the Queen of Pain is going to die instantly. The Refresher Shard comes out, and there's another ult from the Disruptor, and that's Ziggity down for 2 minutes. The stun comes out onto the Medusa, but can they hold her in place long enough? It doesn't matter. This Brewmaster's doing all kinds of work, and good game comes out as Team Blue takes 2 in a row from LSC.
Whew. Wow, that game was extremely back and forth.
It was incredibly close, but I want to, I mean, my MVP for the last 2 games has got to be Retina. He has done so much work keeping his team into these games, allowing Fave to take his sweet-ass time getting some items and being able to do damage. Like, this Brewmaster has essentially carried his team to a 2-0 lead.
Oof. Well, we're going to game 3. LSC backs to the ground or backs to the
Backs
wall.
against the wall.
What are those phrases? Luckily, I would probably say that either way, but I'm going to blame it that I'm still sick. So, guys, we'll be back in just a few minutes for this next game of LSC versus Team Blue. We'll see you then. And we're back! Sequoia here with Legion 170, watching some AD2L Season 18 under 3K, which will soon be Archon 5 and below. That's going to be a totally different thing for you to say.
Dire team
We just looked it up. That's what they're doing for the next season. Sorry for the delay. We're going to talk about the draft really, really fast because Andy was scarfing some face with some potato chips because that game was too intense and I burned too many calories. Real quick, most interesting heroes, I think Tusk. Good or bad?
I think he's good. Yeah, I actually like the Tusk Gyrocopter quite a lot from Team Blue. I like the Nature's Prophet and the Tinker. Once again, it seems like LSC's got this kind of window, and not only with like time, but just like execution window. But this time, Team Blue is kind of matching it with their own kind of execution window. Like Retman has carried these games with the Brewmaster. He finally gets banned out. Now we're going to get to see what he can do in an offlane Omni Knight, which has been a pretty big hero in the pro scene. Not only in NA either.
Yeah, I'd say it's kind of a weird build too, isn't it? I mean, it's more of a utility offlaner. You're really relying on your mid and your carry to do all the DPS, except for your heals, where you're kind of using your heals to not only save and provide additional heal to your other cores, but you're also using them to cause quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of like blink heal bombs coming out of
Yeah.
Omni Knights, like Universe. I know quite a few in G games.
Like
major-
almost like initiations. Like you just start it real quick, one right away, because by the time you need it again, it's off cooldown. I think
Yep,
it's actually
and then-
a pretty genious way of playing Omni Knight, to be honest.
Once you get low, you can always GA and
Yep.
shield yourself.
Heal again. So it's been quite
A ride to see this NA hero kind of take off and become kind of a meta pick.
I really enjoy the Tusk. I will say I haven't seen him like too effective. I've seen him like be okay. Like, yeah, it was an okay Tusk. But he's one of my favorites. He's a hero I truly love.
And he's just a fun hero to watch too. Like there's so many cool things that you do with Snowball, save people, to kill people. Like so many cool ways to use that hero overall. That put in the hands of the right player, he can definitely change the outcome of the game.
Seen a lot of Zeus picks in the pro scene too, which I like Zeus too. He's probably actually one of the few mid heroes I'm good with. So that's always a plus.
I think the two heroes that I would question in this entire game go to each. There's support on each team. I question the Ogre pick. Like I know pros are picking him, but he's just bloodlust. Like maybe if they can use him.
Oh, Sheepy snaps the
Didn't
rune.
manage to pick that up. Throw down a ward here. He's going to try to body block him up. Can he go invis again? He's got 5 more seconds to do it. No, this is going to be first blood, almost for sure. And Control picks up first blood.
Probably
so
not worth it.
I understand why people like the Ogre. I just disagree with it. You pick Ogre because you can basically bully a lane out of position. Like, you can just tank forever. But the laning
And if they were going to
phase
send him
is-
to the mid lane, I'd get it.
Yeah, but the laning phase is not that long. And then after that, like, the rest of the game, he's not very good. Yeah, he gives you Bloodlust, which is good. That's it. It kind of sucks. Like, he's not very good. So,
Bloodlust is a pretty big setup for Eric.
yeah,
Could
and
be
it
good,
is very
but-
nice for the gyrocopter.
Yeah. I
don't know.
Yeah, like you said, I understand it. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, I think the Treant Protector,
Yeah.
not a great hero right now.
Yeah, and I love the tree, but I completely agree. I don't like either. I agree with both of your criticisms 100%. I don't like either of those heroes, and I love the tree. He's probably second favorite hero, but my two favorite heroes just both suck right now. So rest in
The other
peace,
being the Phoenix. Yeah.
Oh. Seen her played okay, but I wouldn't pick her in Captain's Mode. I do like the gyrocopter quite a bit more, though. I really don't like his...
Snowball going to come out here. They're going to go for Ziggity, it looks like. Snowball will connect. Follow-up stun and the shards here as well.
Oh!
Wow!
Nice
Great
play
use.
from Ziggity. Oh, and I know he totally did that
Wow.
on purpose. That was.
Oh, he did. Like, I guarantee that he.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Because the sprout, if positioned correctly, bumps you out of. Because there can only be so many things, like cogs or guards or whatever. So once you hit the limit on that, it bumps things out.
Okay.
So, I mean, I would be very surprised if accident. It had to have been.
That was a nice play, though. Don't like the ability to pick from gyrocopters so far. I think the homing missile's insanely strong in laning phase.
Yeah, I don't. Flak is not really that good.
And
Until the later stages of the game. Once you hit the mid game, Flak good.
yeah,
But yeah,
totally.
I think it's definitely like a 4-4-0 build has got to be the way to go.
And the rocket barrage you can upgrade at 15, so it does have better late game or later game potential. But the flat cannon, all you're really doing is you're pulling your own lane out of control. I mean, as you see it there, now they're starting to push into this tower here, and the supports have
I
really
do
no
think
ability.
By the time you hit 15, you're probably going to want the extra Flak shots.
No, okay, that's true.
Almost always. I mean, because
I
by the
didn't-
time you hit 15, you're going to have at least your first big item, if not.
Oh yeah,
mean-
I thought that was 20 for some reason. No, you're right.
So he's going to have Phase Boots, Maelstrom, which is a little bit interesting of a build. I think he's going to get to go that because of the treants and wanting to be able to clear things as much as possible, which potentially could be the reason that he got Flat Cannon. But like you said, all he's doing with it right now is just pushing the lane out of control.
Yeah, I just think that missile. I mean, what are they gonna do about it? It's gonna hit its target every single time. It does. Minimum damage 50. That's not bad for a minimum damage. And it'll probably always be higher than that. And then if it does get a good stun duration, you follow it up with a rocket barrage. Like, I don't know. I just don't see that. I think that is the way to play it.
But across the map, Snapped is still having a heck of a time on this Bloodseeker top lane. 20-13 versus 7-0 from the Omni. So
Snap knows how
Farming
to
up
play
his-
that hero really well, and actually, Omni-Knight is in a bit of trouble. He should be okay. Yeah, he'll be
yeah,
alright.
Snapped. Maybe he'd think about diving that tower.
He's got 5 armor, which is not too bad for diving towers. Yeah, his flat cannon. I mean, I think it's really hurting Gyro's farm. I mean, he's 21-0, which is really, really good. But I think he could be higher.
5 minutes, or this is the 5th wave, so 21 for 25. No,
No, 30, isn't it?
could be 2 waves a minute for for 4.5. So that should be 9 waves. I don't know. Math is hard.
Our math expert's not here.
Nope. I know I could do it given the time, but uncast mentally. Oh, this Omni Knight probably dove a little too far here. He's going to throw the shield on, but in the time that he has to stop to do that, Snapped able to right-click him, accept that kill.
Shrine was available too. Brutal. 1-1 so far. Oh man, Nature's Prophet actually gonna get some good damage up on this gyrocopter. Sheepy just does a ton of damage. 101 right click from this. Uh-oh. Oh! Alright, well, beaten to your friend Ogre, who has a lot more armor, but I will still beat into him. Now he will heal me back up. Actually, Ogre is in a bit of trouble.
Ziggity's going to sprout him up.
Oh, he must have a Quelling Blade, or King of still.
He had one last to go.
Now Ziggity's actually pretty low. Big stick charge. Finishes his health. Zeus and Bloodseeker both go down while I'm watching this. Oh, Zeus buyback ult does not quite have enough. Was he going for Ziggity, maybe?
I have no idea. Nobody was like even close to low enough for a level
Yeah,
one ult.
I mean, Ziggity was
Level
low,
one ult's
but
only 2.5.
yeah, it wasn't that low. I think he was well over 300 health. Unless, no, I don't know. Nope, I don't have an answer.
Missing top.
Snap's gonna start boring this Omni Knight even more, I think. Oh, Rupture's actually available too. Omni Knight will be at level 5 here pretty soon. That wave.
The Ogre tries to get some damage on a Sheepy, but now the Sprout followed by the Treants coming out here, and they're going to try to turn this around, but the damage coming out on Ziggity from this Rocket Barrage is huge. Blue Fave does have phase boost. He's going to walk forward here. The armor is going to save him for the moment. Now the Sprout keeps him from being able to go in there. Now Fave may be in some trouble. The Snowball is going to come through here and connect. He will go down. The Treant goes down as well. Not the trade that you want if you are the carry for Blue. Ziggity going to TP back, and I think that was probably an auto, even if it was still fantastic.
You know, it's one of those things
here,
where,
Omni Knight trying to TP out way under the tower.
Yeah. Omni Knight, even with 6 armor, that tower does a ton of damage.
Game is hard,
Game
yeah. I
is
think
hard.
not entirely sure what happened there. I think he got ruptured under the tower.
Oh. I bet you're right.
Oh, they sprout up this Ogre once more. Sheepy's gonna come out of the invis here. Sun comes out onto the tree, and the
Tusk
snowball from
coming out of-
behind here. Fave's got the rocket barrage, but it's hitting mostly the creeps there. They need a couple of auto attacks to break through this armor. They're going to get it. The Hex is going to come out now onto the gyrocopter. They're going to chase after him. The Impale is going to their Earth Spike, whatever it's called, and now Spare has indeed. So we got all the DCs
Tactical.
going on here in this game. Troll is a little bit out of position here. But talking about lag. I am not getting lag, are you?
I mean, I'm not. I don't
160
have
ping.
I don't have my meter on right now.
We're calling this 160 ping, that's lag. Come on, you plebs. 160 is... Well, that's frames per second. That's impressive, actually. I get 120.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't remember what I get. I think it's somewhere around there. I don't see 120, but... But I have a fully color calibrated monitor. That blue is blue. It could be green for you. You don't know. Well, pretty even game so far, as most of the laning has been in all these games. But CS-wise, 37 for 22, the 35 and 1 gyrocopter. It seems to benefit gyrocopter more than Bloodseeker in the CS worthiness, right? I mean, Snap can't man fight a gyrocopter.
No, not at... Point. Yeah, okay, I was actually just going to say that I'd like to pick up Radiance this game. He does have it queued up, so... We're on the same wavelength, Snap and I.
Yeah, I think that's insanely smart. Probably reasonably early BKB too, I would imagine.
Oh, wow, once he gets that, he'll be
Yeah.
free to pick up the BKB, and then basically he's going to nullify a large portion.
And his damage will be pretty high at that point with that Radiance. Not sure they can kill this Tusk, even being out of position as far as he is. Their main damage right now, I think, is Sheepy, and he is dead. This Canadian child. Don't go play loans. Oh, don't tell people to go play LOL. That's just mean. No one deserves that. An OW? What's OW?
Overwatch.
Oh, okay.
Come on, you play that game. How do you?
Hey, I played that for a solid 3 hours, and I haven't played it since. I do like it. That's the worst part. A first-person shooter I'm actually good at.
But every time you walk to your computer, you hear Dota.
It's true. It's true. I only have one gaming love in my life. So all my coworkers are like, oh, but what about this cool game? I'm like, the problem is it's not Dota.
The problem is, it's not the game that I have 4,000 hours on.
Yeah. So how's the weather? You know, not great over here in glorious Montana.
Oh, I lied. I don't have 4,000. I have 5,000 hours. And I still suck.
Me too. I will say though, like, I've gotten a little better this year. And I don't think I've improved at all for a long time. So that was kind of nice.
I'm just playing off the theory of that Malcolm Gladwell 10,000 hour theory. So I'm like halfway to being right. You become an
okay.
expert at 10,000 hours.
Is that what
So
it
it's like
is?
suck now, but in 5,000 more hours, I'll be pretty decent.
Let's see here, now I have to look. Oh, see, I'm only at 3,700 hours.
That's why you're so noob.
Apparently I need more hours in.
Yeah, exactly. All about the hours.
No, crew aging, mechanical skill,
Map awareness. It's put in hours. 10,000, you just magically become good.
What are we talking about now?
Believe. Our neighbors to the Great White North.
Oh. I don't use that barbarian system. Yeah, I think 6 months of darkness would mess with my head personally. Like, literally, you get up, it's dark. You go have lunch, it's dark. I mean, it was weird enough having daylight. It messed with me enough, and that's daylight, like, a lot less depressing. Well, hopefully Ogre will come back. Kind of depressing if he didn't. Hey, he's back! Alright. I was just about to say, so should we start talking about our favorite fast food places? Because that's what Moon Duck does. talking about fast food here soon. Okay, there he goes. I am in your debt.
I told him.
As we kind of thought. Just got out of that. I don't even remember where we are. Okay, less than 1K net worth. 5 to 4. I think next time I'm gonna have to come up with a list of like pause topics for me and Legion.
You know, sometimes a little silence, just what the doctor ordered.
Especially for my voice. I didn't mind it too bad at all.
Hex coming out on
Oh!
attack. Oh my goodness!
I did not realize Aegis Worm was at 6.
Hex into the finger of death. I believe that's the first one we've seen in the game, and poor Gyro goes up in flame. As Lion likes to say, to hell and back and hell and back and back and back and back. I don't know how it goes, but it goes for freaking ever.
It's like,
Like you said, though, net worths across the board are insanely close.
yeah.
Pick up kill with the Thunder God's Wrath. Tar actually taking a lot of damage, too.
Ooh. Actually, his bottom line got 2 kills. Uh-oh.
Game of disconnects.
So, I think Wendy's is one of the best fast food burgers you can have.
Yeah, actually, I'd probably agree with that.
Like,
Well, short pause.
All right, we'll continue this conversation next time. I guess our viewers are just gonna have to continue to watch All About Dota in order to know the discussion between me and Legion about fast food. Looks like
Control going awfully deep there.
yeah, that was very brave of him.
He wanted to go after Tar, but there were 2 other heroes still there.
He's got to remember that they do have a tree, even though he's not a great hero. That armor's still pretty dang good.
Dire's middle tower
He's actually going to try to wrap on Tar, it looks like. This is going to get scouted out, most likely. But does he have vision to get the snowball off? Doesn't.
No lightning bolt.
He knows that Tar's there. Instead, they're going to get some damage onto Sheepy here as the neutrals are going to hit him a little bit before he goes up the north and invis. Yeah, Solaire calling for the back. Not a bad idea. As Tar's going to get chased up towards the top shrine, but looks like he's going to go home instead of using it. He's so close to his boots of travel. Now Omni Knight gets hexed up and ruptured, trying to run away, but not going to be able to.
Blood for the twins goes for the snapped Bloodseeker. Here comes the good old Nature's Prophet. It's kind of a weird waddle to him.
structures are fortified.
Really wants to go on Fave over there. Really low. He's going to go up Shrine up, though. Don't want that Sheepy doing something clever or anything like that.
Is under attack.
Tar does have his bots available as now. So he can start doing Tar things, as they like to say. As Ziggity's starting to do some good pushing down here. However, the flat cannon and the call down is going to wipe out the entire creep wave. Kea comes out for Zeus. I think that's a really good item for Zeus.
Yeah, it's really good timing on that item as well. He's got a full Kea on top of the mana boots. Pretty good farm coming out from him.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about LSC right now. Snap's doing really well, but
Under attack.
Tar's pretty poor. Ziggity needs a lot of farm in order to really do
He just gets the Hex onto control here. Now can he get away? The alt Thunder God's Wrath will come out. The snowball onto Tar. He can't get away here. He tried to refresh his boots so he could walk. Now he's just taking a lot of damage from this Zeus. Control's going to take a couple damage shots. Ooh, the bolt just not quite in range. Tar will escape with his life. Ooh, the rocket got real close there with the finger of death, but not quite able to do it. Now Aegis Warren wants to get the kill on control or stun or something. Not going to be able to. Rocket's going to come out some more. Does Modus get healed? There is a rotation of snaps coming along here. He does have a rupture, and he's got his relic. This is a dead Zeus. Nope, it's not a dead Zeus because not blood right.
Zeus lazily leaned to the left there and dodged that Bloodseeker.
Indeed.
He knew a few maneuvers. He lost them. Omni Knight walking down here. He's got his Soul Ring active. Big fat ogre gonna probably pop a ward up here. Yep. Give them some fat vision. Snap is gonna be coming in here. I do hear a tree ult. Start beating down blue. Does end up falling down. Actually, the Zeus is gonna fall down as well. So,
Nice double kill there for Tar.
Omni Knight's gonna get out. Oh, he does not get out. Wow, the shield must have just expired. Snapped is now raging for blood. Wants some more. Wants this ogre. Starts just crushing into him and takes another kill. 4 heroes go down for Team Blue, and this tower will soon follow.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Wow, that is what LC needed. It's just started with that ult from. Oh, whoa, Fave, friend, you are. I feel a little fortunate there that you didn't get sprouted or anything. As I say that,
the nice Jinx is
that's
control in the middle of the team.
That's a caster's curse if I've ever seen one.
Oh, this Tar getting ticked down pretty decently from the urn, but Laser's gonna end any hopes that they have of killing him.
Snapped might actually get caught out. Nice sprout to kind of zone out Team Blue. Ogre and Omni are gonna
Sheepy might have just taken on for the team there, and he did. Comes out and roots the Zeus, stop him from pursuing anymore, but pays for that with his life.
They're good gold bounty for LSC there. Snap's gonna be very close to his Radiance. Probably have it online in probably what, 3 minutes, something like that. So Zeus gonna try to pressure this lane. Tier 1 tower's already gone though. What's Omni Knight going next? Bloodstone?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Kaya?
Okay.
Nope, Aether Lens. I'm done.
Oh, Sark barely gets out. Not gonna get control. Control's gonna live with almost no health, and now Zeus is in here. Sheepy's gonna have to do something to give his buddy some help, and he's gonna do it, but Omni Knight's there to back him up, and now Ziggity is gonna be caught out, blasted down, and Sheepy will soon fall. Wow, Aegis Worm comes in there and gets a kill, does not help save his friend, and now the slowness from the Omni Knight will slowly drain him, and now actually Snap comes in, but he's very low. He's gonna have to be really careful. Omni Knight gets another seal up. Oh, he's so
my goodness.
close. He didn't get it. Oh my gosh. That was so close. Snap needed that kill so bad so he could stay alive, but he just didn't get it. Oof. That was just absolutely crazy. Tar is, I think he's in a little bit of trouble here.
Ziggity is in some trouble on the as well. Tries to go in there to help him. Ping's gonna come out. Not able to.
That was, I think it was a little help your friend syndrome over there. I don't really know what was going on there. Some talent trees are now online. Looks like LSC want to defend this top lane. However, Team Blue is all in search of good positioning. Snap is gonna literally disappear off the map. Free ride home. Aegis Worm already has his blink, which is actually pretty good timing for a lion.
Free ride home, but not the kind you want to take.
Now free ride in a cop car.
Radiant's middle tower
Ziggity will trade a tower at least.
Fortified.
Give them something.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Don't think this ogre's going to be able to protect this tower. But, you know, Ziggity might actually die for this. Ageworm going to get some mana, get a little protection for his friend. Looks like Sheepy actually fell in the top lane in trying to defend this. Now Tar's up here. Tar's also pretty hurting. Okay,
No, Sheepy died bottom. Gyro.
Oh, bottom, okay.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Gyro's got his Mask of Mana's Maelstrom online. Gonna go for his Scepter. Don't like that. That,
The Zeus.
no, I mean, Gyro, second item, or third item, Scepter? I mean, I don't mind Scepter later in the game, but
I don't know. It's one of those things where I think that it's good in theory, but in practice, not so much. Like,
Side
sure,
gunner!
you're gonna get the side gunner, which, you know, shoots off every few seconds, but I think having
Dire's
BKB
middle tower
or
Oh, yeah.
fly or something to that effect would probably be much more effective. I'm a really big fan of the Mask of Madness into SNY with the phase boots. Oh, that's a dead Ziggity. The missile gonna connect with him.
Aegisworm's
Aegis
probably
Worm
gonna
gonna go down as
So
well.
I think Tar's
Tar,
actually
maybe.
gonna die too.
Yep.
LSC, they're kind of falling apart at the seams. 3k net worth now for Team Blue. And they're gonna
Pops
be able to
4K.
change this into a tower push, I believe. Huh. Ziggity's creeps are gonna start eating the wave a little bit, but Sheepy's got to be careful. I'm surprised they don't have no vision for him. Actually, I don't see any vision except for the Zeus bolts. Dust up on Ogre. Oh, he's got sentries in tow. Okay. He's gonna be
So it
very,
does
very
look like they're going to
careful.
push into this. Ping does come onto these trees. I don't know if the Ogre knew that was going to come out or what, but Gyrocopter actually decides to go top lane. At the same time, Snaps comes in with the ult onto the Omni Knight. Omni Knight falls. Zeus probably going to be next here as he's rooted to the ground here. Bloodright's going to connect. Well, goodbye, Zeus. Well, goodbye, Control. I don't know if that was miscommunication or what, but that Gyrocopter bailed at the perfectly wrong time, and now 4 heroes probably going to go down because of that.
Yeah, this Ogre's fat and strong, but he will eventually get taken down by the Tinker. Ziggity. Very, very happy that the Sprout was there. Boy, if he gets another
Fortunately, does
Sprout-
not have another one. Oh, he does now.
Oof. Wow, okay. As I was just saying how LSC's in a bit of trouble, Team Blue
Yeah, that
decide
was,
to... I don't know, that was just really... They've been actually playing very well as a team, and that was one of the first plays they've made that is very, 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 very questionable. And that's going to let LSC start getting some wards down, gaining some gold back to a 1k net worth difference. These two teams just they don't like being blown out, so they're going to keep it nice and close. Tar is completely caught out though. That Zeus Nimbus Cloud, perfect spot, lights him up like a freaking spotlight. Now he will go down. Snap, you do not want to follow your friend Tar. That is not where you want to be.
All the calls coming for pushing to the top lane here, which is definitely something needs to happen. You get a pick like that on a hero that can defend. You need to get up that lane as quickly as you possibly can. Get up here. Control looks like he's going to pass by a ward here, trying to cut off this wave. Nope, he's kind of hiding right next to this observer ward. LSC going to know that this is happening, but they know also that Gyrocopter is in the bottom lane by himself. He's going to get rooted up by the tree. Just a little bit of harassment here.
I think Tree wants to try to stay on this gyrocopter. If he comes in there, he can stop his TP.
And Gyrocopter, you know, we said that BKB would be better. He actually pauses his Aghanim to shift.
Oh, Omni Knight.
I mean, and this is the problem that Blue has kind of had the last 2 games, right? Is that they're essentially 4 protect 1. And LSC hasn't been able to exploit that either. This, at least in the last 2 games, really been able to exploit it. At least not enough to make it matter, right? Like in game 1, it felt like they were getting a lot of fights like that, but they still weren't doing anything to
PL, and then the PL just got too big. Same thing kind of happened in game 2, maybe to a little bit lesser extent. In game 3, like this gyrocopter is farming away. Fave is that that AFK farmer of old.
Yeah, the only bad thing about it is, you know, with Medusa and PL, you can totally get away with that. Not quite the same as with a gyrocopter.
Yeah, I believe that it was you and I talking about this the other day, that Gyro's one of those heroes that has like weird peaks and valleys throughout the game. And really it doesn't seem like the itemization Fave has really worked into any of those peaks.
Yeah.
Ziggity's going to get stunned up. The Snowball's going to come into the middle of things on Snap. Snap's going to get a little bit of a boost here. 2 missiles going to come down. Call down is going to come in. So he is here. Snap's going to go down. That missile's going to do a lot of damage to Aegisworn, but it won't take him down. In the meantime, lots of damage going out to all of the blue heroes. Omni Knight's going to heal himself back up, and he's going to try to run away, but he's going to get sprouted up. He's next to the shrine here. And now the Solaire wants to go in for Ziggity, but now he's going to turn around and try to go for the Sheepy. The lightning is going to make him bold now. He's also dusted up. He's trying to walk away here. The slow comes on the Omni Knight, and Aegisworn picks up that kill. Is it going to be worth it, though? The Snowball connects onto the Tar. He's making a lot of space here, is this Tusk. Sheepy is caught onto the ramp by trees. Or not Sheepy, the Zeus is trying to get to Sheepy, but he's caught on the ramp by the trees. Finally, the lightning bolt's going to come out here. Tar has died as well. Ziggity's going to have to run away here, and it is a 4-for-1 trade. Yeah, Omni Knight the only hero to die in that for Team Blue, so a really good fight for them. This is going to open up at least 1 tier 2 tower. And, I mean, that right there, that fight is the perfect example of what Gyro can do, right? He shows up to a fight and just absolutely obliterates LS.
Yeah, I think
That call down especially.
I think the other thing too is LSC seemed to be splitting targets a little bit on that. I would have to watch it again to make sure I was trying to focus on the camera work, because the fights were just kind of all over the place. But typically when I am struggling to find the core of the fight, you can kind of notice that the targets aren't really the same.
Tar is going to TP into this top tower here. He blinks immediately back further into the trees. They're going to look for him. The ult comes out. Thunder God's Wrath now followed by the little Nimbus cloud there. And he is dead, punched to death by Control. He's down for 55 seconds. What can LSC do now? They're probably going to get this kill onto the Tusk, but again, they're split up here. The missile's going to connect on a snap. He blade mails in, but not going to be nearly enough damage to discourage Fave from moving forward. He's got the lifesteal. He's got a heal now. Ult is going to come out, connects nothing. Nothing. That Overgrowth misses all 5 here, or all 4 heroes. Blue Ogre's going to have to run away. He's getting really low. And actually, Team Blue is going to elect to back as well. I don't know why, as they had Aegisworn and snapped down to no HP. Easily could have taken that team fight, but opting to play it a little bit safer, back up, build their gold lead.
Yeah, and I think they need to be really careful on making pushes like that, because with the tree, those towers will just get healed back up at full, and now it's already almost back at full. And that's pretty brutal. What is talent tree for tree? 3-second tree respawn time? What does that mean?
I think I'm not actually sure. Let me look it up on Dota Wiki. So you talk.
Yeah, that's. I haven't actually played the tree in this patch at all, just because I didn't think he was very good. But that's kind of interesting. I mean, he didn't go it. He went the 90 damage instead, but I'm just kind of curious. So, blue have a 5k net worth advantage now. Do have a shrine popped. Gonna heal everything back up over there. Just a single Tusk doing that. What does Ziggity got? He's got his Hurricane Pike Maelstrom. Tar's got his Lens online. A little bit worried about range. Tusk has his Blink online. Fat Ogre is just being Fat Ogre. Working on his Force Staff. Looks like Omni Knight actually would just mass heal. Has a full Guardian Greaves online. Trying to go up on
Okay.
Wasn't quite there.
So 3-second respawn time resets all of the map. So all of the map's trees will spawn in 3 seconds.
Oh wow.
So it shortens the duration that those come out, as the Sheepy is going to get caught in the middle of things here, the overgrowth, but that Nimbus zaps him one more time. Desmondus is dominating. Control stuck in the middle of the Blood Right with Rupture on him. He will fall as well. So yeah, basically, if you want to go Aghanim Scepter, which he is, you can set the tree respawn time to 3 seconds. That way, if you knock down your trees, you throw another tree up there, and you don't have to wait like the whatever minute for trees to respawn. I don't know actually how long it.
It's interesting. I think he's right going the 90 damage. It seems pretty freaking good.
Ooh, they just want to get a blink forward here.
Nice.
The
Force the
GA gonna get popped. A little bit worried that he was going to be able to burst him down. Tar's going to blink forward, missile, laser, dead. Oh. Gyro walks forward into a Hex. He's going to get
Shielded up by the Omni Knight. Doesn't dispel.
Yeah,
basic dispel and not a strong.
I haven't seen that yet. That was pretty funny. Shielded frog.
Ziggity's gonna go help Tar to try to push bottom, but immediately Nimbus comes out, favors you in the bottom here. Calldown's gonna clear out some
Creeps. He wants to go for some kind of kill here. He's got BKB left. He could stand up to a lot of this damage if he wanted to, but instead Tar's just going to sit in the tree lines, throw things out. Omni Knight's going to throw the shield now, and now Tar's going to have to finally.
Okay, now I know why he's being a little aggressive because he had the BKB. I was wondering what he was doing there. It's like, oh geez, like Tar could easily just jump on him and end his life. Curious what Ziggity's going to do next. He's got his Hurricane Pike up online. Not really sure what the build is with Nature's. Snap wants the BKB, which I think it's time to get. These freaking super towers are just insane. Do so much damage. Tower is about halfway dead. Gyrocopter has his side gunner online.
We'll see how much damage this is actually team fights. I am a little bit skeptical, but, you know, I've been wrong before.
Yeah, I think he needs additional items before he gets it. Ooh, nice Nimbus from
here. Yeah.
Zeus. That should be his dead Ziggity. Yep, he ends up going down. Tar is likely to follow.
Troll doing so much work on this Tusk.
Like, the snowball into the punch to take down 2 heroes. Buyback is going to come out, and so the Zeus, who are overextended, will die, as will the Tusk.
They don't see the Omni Knight back there. He does have TV. Actually, he's going to kill H4.
Oh, he's not able to get the heal off in time. He's actually just going to die for that. Oh my, no way. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
He gets out. So the good thing for blue there is that they do kill the two of the 3 highest net worth heroes on LSC, and they force a buyback out of Ziggity. So, you know, they kill him, which removes some gold, and they force a buyback, which forces him below the Omni Knight. So it's still a pretty decent trade, although I'm sure it's not what blue was really wanting to get out of it.
Looks like LC are going to start doing some more aggressive pushing. See if they can start knocking down this tier 2, which is really close to death. This ogre is not going to stop this push, especially when Tar shows up. Interesting fortify there.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not even going to deny that tower.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Another
fallen.
glyph is offline. Gyrocopter's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Tries to kill the creep, but Tar's TPing on, not quite able to do so.
I'd say his 8
Will get Blink Hex. Lots of damage coming out here. Can they get him down?
Oh, they
Yes, they
do.
can. Fave out of position there. Will go down.
That Nimbus is kind of a pain to deal with.
Nice 100 gold for Aegis World though.
Yeah. That Blink doing quite a bit of work. He is going for his Scepter next. Sheepy has his Scepter. It's not my favorite item to go first on Tree, but I think he's kind of assuming he needs to make the game a little bit longer.
Yeah, I would have preferred to see Solar Crest Yules, but
Yeah, absolutely.
I think with Solar Crest, that tree is basically unkillable. And then you have Yules too, so if you get dusted, you just Yules yourself,
Yep.
fall back down, you're invis again. Like,
Well, and I also like the Yules to set up for his ult, too.
yep.
Someone tries to run away, you just Yules them, and you ult them. I love it when Tusk TPs and he just waves. I just think that's hilarious. Plus Nature's Guy's Root, so he's got... Oof, that's a long root time now. It's actually pretty good. Plus 350 AoE for Overgrowth and Eyes. That's crazy. Wow. Gyrocopter, that's his first BKB. Tusk's trying to get the control on Snap, and he may get it, but BKB is enabled. Unfortunately, it was too little too late. Snapped is going to try to do something, but man, Sheepy's going to be in a rough situation there. Gets just obliterated by the Zeus and Omni Knight. Oh!
Nice heal coming out there from that Omni Knight.
Dire's middle tower
Looks like Tusk has a Shadow Blade online now. Ageworn's going to be very, very careful.
Control got the snowball. It's going to go after Aegis Horn. Probably not the target that he wanted there, but he does force somebody back here. Tar's got Spell Lifesteal as he is level 20. Oh, he's got that from 15. I didn't notice it earlier. Oh, goodness.
Unfortunate blink from Tar. That is not where he wanted to be.
Blink right into some stun.
And I think Team Blue is going to go uphill now.
Yeah, this is going to force a buyback, almost certainly. Otherwise, they're definitely giving tower. They do have a Fortify.
Well, I guess one nice thing is Ogre will be completely drained of mana. Tar
Yeah,
is
there's the Tinker buyback and the Fortify. Sprout comes up, but they do have 4 staffs.
be really nice if they could get a
Blue
kill
can
out
just
of this.
reset this. I mean, they're all at full health. They've got all but GA ults. It looks like they're going to instead back up. Maybe go Roche here?
Yeah, I think they don't want to press their luck anymore. They got exactly what they wanted. Tar's way reset back on net worth now. That smoke was likely seen. Roche is going down actually a little faster than I was expecting. I was about to say pretty slowly, but it is not. It is moving very, very quickly. Nice Nimbus to catch out all sorts of heroes from LSC. Nimbus is going to pick off Aegis Worm in the backline. Sheepy will soon follow. He is dusted. He is not going anywhere. That's free Roshan for Team Blue. Very little contention. Ziggy's going to try to do a little farming down here, but I'm guessing Gyrocopter is just going to say, Side gunner! And just mow down the lane. Ziggy's gonna sprout TP out of there. Go to another lane and try doing the same thing over again.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That tar buyback, he's gonna be in a rough situation. He gets caught out one more time. I'm not sure LSC can hold without him. Oh, what is?
That was an aggressive snowball in by Control, but the Nimbus comes out and Fave actually gets it with the flat cannon. And that's the tier 3 tower, and that's a set of racks too.
Okay. I thought that was a questionable play, but obviously he knew what was going on, so full lane of racks, 13 net worth lead for Team Blue.
Yeah, they're gonna collect shrines and try to collect tier 2s.
And this Zeus is just fat as hell. Gyrocopter, 22,000 net worth compared to the 15,000 over on LSC. Oh man, this is not good for LSC. They're fighting at their shrine. They're trying to defend it. Ogre is taking just a ton of damage. Is he going to survive? He is not. He will go down. That Nimbus is beating down poor Aegisworn. Just does so much damage. Sheepy will probably come in this mid lane, try to get some of this mid lane warded up with his eyes.
Dire's top tower
But
is
boy,
under attack.
LSC are in a rough spot. I think at this point, Sheepy just needs to go for the maximum sustain build. He needs to be able to just push these lanes all by himself, allowing Tinker to split push as well as Nature's Prophet. I think the blink at this point isn't gonna really do you any good. I don't think LSC can win a straight fight. I think he needs to go something like an Octarine Core, get that. Or no, actually, Kaya does a cooldown reduction now too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the only thing.
Okay.
Oh no, Octarine
no,
and Kaya.
Octarine. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Yep.
It took it away from Aether and they gave it.
Yeah, I think he needs to get the Octarine
Oh,
Core.
Gyrocopter in the middle of things here. That Nimbus doing some work as the missile seeks out Aegisworn, and now he's just going to turn and look for the next hero because he knows it's going to kill him. Sheepy in the trees here. The bolt does not connect. Dominating his Fave. Did they not see him? Okay, they did see him there. Fave now going to come down to these trees here. He might just throw up a call down, yeah. It's going to connect onto Sheepy, but he is close enough to the trees. It doesn't destroy trees anymore. Forgot about that. Nimbus actually used on the side there, not going to connect him as well. Neither did the Dust, so they know he's in the area, but they
Well, they have
can't
a
quite get him.
gem on somebody, don't they?
Tinker is in the... Yeah, it's on Omni Knight. Tinker in the trees here, just being a general pest, as the Omni Knight is going to catch sight. Oh, no, he didn't. It's the Fog of War. Okay, he did just at the last second there, but he blinks back into the trees, has a TP scroll, and will be able to get out. Meanwhile, Zeus, Tusk, and Gyro are trying to cover some heroes. Now, Ziggity's getting so low, the missile might actually be enough to kill him. No, the armor comes out and saves him from the bulk of the damage. Another missile's going to come out, though. He's going to try to TP. Can he get it off in time? Fave.
Oh.
No, he had Rocket Barrage and he didn't use it. If he Rocket Barrages there, he definitely gets that kill, but just forgets about it. Tries to right-click in his panic. And Diggity just barely able to skate away.
Rocket did finally hit him in the face.
And unfortunately, by the time he was in the fountain, had no chance of doing anything.
No. Snapped his
Dire's bottom
BKB,
shrine is under attack.
kind of got online a little while ago. Hasn't had a lot of success with it. Wow. So we have two global abilities, Global Calldown, Global Nimbus. If they catch out any hero, they can do so much damage anywhere around the map. Looks like Tusk's going to come in there. They're trying to get that Omni Knight. They do end up getting it, so GA will not be up for this fight. Aegisworn, though, is just getting laid into by this Tusk. Sheep is going to soon follow. They do see him. I'm not sure how, but they do. And then he is down as well. Oh my gosh. LSC just can't do anything. They are falling at the seams. They are bleeding kills. 15 net worth advantage for Team Blue at this point in the game.
Yeah, things are looking real bleak right now for LSC.
They need to take some team fights here, but I just don't know if they have the damage to do it right now. Like, Ziggity's got Hurricane Pike and Maelstrom. Like, I don't even at it.
Yeah, I think he's had one of those games like game 1, just hasn't been super effective. They picked up a gem. They're cleaning up all of Sheepy's eyes.
I think right now he needs to teleport into the top lane and just try to let Tinker keep them back with the Martial Machines. But Control, this Tusk, is just seeking after the Tinker. He's been so good at snowballing, punching, and generally making Tar's life hell.
Yeah, I've never
this
seen
Tusk.
a Tusk be so effective at dealing with Tinker. But man, he's doing quite
Fortify
the
is going to
job.
come out from the Dire. And Omni Knight's going to be left at home alone. He's got Meteor Hammer, though. He is in love with that item, is Retman. That plus the heal is going to completely clear out Ziggity's ability to push. Control's going to have to run away. Ruptured under the tower is Solaire. But in the meantime, objectives are going down. BKB, he's still rooted in place, but he's going to throw down the call down. He's going to try to take out these heroes. He takes out the barracks. Now Snap's taking a lot of damage. He walks into the Nimbus right as BKB expires. Now Tar, he's going to get stunned up and punched to death. He's down as well. Does not have buyback. Down for 85 seconds. Snap wants to come in for something. The Bloodright is going to connect on the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter does not have any kind of sustain for himself. He's going to get hexed up. He's going to get stunned, and he's going to die as well. He does have buyback. Zeus able to be out. But at the end of the day, that's another set of barracks. Team Blue, they are now up by 1,000 gold.
That was a big gold swing, but it's just, it's not enough. Bulk of the gold looks like it went to Aegis, which it's great. He's going to have his Scepter online, but it's just not really able to do enough damage with the amount of mana he has.
Thunder God's Wrath comes out. He wants to get a bolt onto him. He does get that bolt. Now the Nimbus is going to come out. Can he hold him in place? Another Nimbus Blast. He gets silenced. This is the time for Ziggity if he wants to try to teleport out, but instead he jukes around the tree. The pings are going to come from the Gyrocopter. Does he see him? No.
Oh!
And now the Rage pings coming out from the Omni Knight. Dude, how did you miss that?
Oh, man.
Unfortunate right there for Team Blue, but very fortunate LSC.
Meteor Hammer. It's the most Meteor Hammers I've seen in Dota 2.
All bought by the same player.
Zickety, level 22. Probably really hoping to get to that level 25. Aegis Warren did go for the... He is level 25. That's pretty impressive that the Lion is 25 over the offlaner. Meteor Hammer. More Meteor Hammers coming out.
Oh, and here's Roshan once more. This time he's LSC not in a position to defend this. It looks like Ziggity's maybe going to try to do a little backlining. He's going to throw some treants out and then immediately back to the base. But they have no way to respond to this. Controls Invis up on the cliff. He's got the sigil flying its way towards Roshan. Now that he knows that it's okay, he backs up a little bit more. Aegis goes to the Gyrocopter. Going to go to the Tusk.
Sheepy, you do not want to be here, my friend. Oh, you guys have their gem. Never mind, you guys are good. Oh, wow. More global coming out from Team Blue. Global GA is now available. Just so much global presence.
And this Omni Knight is now more farmed than any of the LST heroes.
Ziggity might be able to maybe push this tier 2 a little bit if creeps ever make it through, but it's going to be a long time before that happens. In the meantime, this tier 2 tower taken out by Team Blue, and they have everything they need to go uphill. I think the first thing will be Tusk's going to be seeking out Tar's life.
Ziggity is in the back trying to cut the wave. He's going to force staff himself forward, so it looks like LSC might want to go for something here. He's going to get spotted out. Fave has switched his Butterfly in place of the BKB, which is a good choice. You don't really need the BKB the first time around, especially when you have an Omni Knight there. Omni Knight is going to get hexed up, but Fave just moves in closer. He's like, you know what? You want to go for me? Go for me. That Flak doing all kinds of damage. It looks like he might fall down here this first time. He did proc the Satanic, but not fast enough to save himself. He's got 4 seconds until BKB comes up. The Blood Right's going to come up, but doesn't matter as the Repel is already on him. And all these rockets are really doing is annoying people as Control goes in onto Tar once again. But the problem is that there's 3 heroes there, so can they help him out? Can they get this Tar kill? He blinks away there. Control is just chasing in after him. He wants that kill, but he's basically just forcing people off the racks. The Nimbus is doing that as well. There's 2 Nimbuses now onto the ground. Fave is taking out these buildings. He wants Mega Creeps, and he is most likely going to get them. Tar comes in, and immediately the Rocket Barrage just tears him apart. 88 seconds down. I think that is probably it, as Team Blue going to take Mega Creeps. Their 2 core heroes for LSC are down for over a minute. Ziggity comes back in the middle of things, but Fave has already killed the Treant Protector. They're base fountain, or they're fountain diving at this point. Here's the Nimbus is there. The Fave is walking into the middle of things here. He picks up an Ultra Kill. Can he pick up the Rampage? He wants it, but I don't think he's gonna get it. No, he's not. He does have buyback, and he does right away buyback, and he's boots of traveling into the base here. And it looks like now Team Blue will go for the win. Ogre force-staffing his gyrocopter into the middle of those tier 4s. Not the place that he really wants to be standing. Ziggity's going to try to spawn some treants and maybe delay this as long as he can, as well as the armor getting put onto the towers. But that hammer, look at the damage to those towers as it's just melting. And it looks like Team Blue will take a clean sweep in this grand final.
Oh, those Nimbuses are just, they're so strong. Ogre comes in here. He's going to sacrifice himself to the Dota god. Oh, he ends up getting away. I blame Russian hackers. Oh, man. 3 games and out for LSC. And Team Blue are your AD2L Season 18 champions.
And they played, like, fantastic. But I will say that LSC drafts in all 3 games left them with a supreme lack of damage. So basically all Blue had to do was kind of weather the storm and get to a point where they could fight, and that's what they did 3 games in a row. And you know, LSC just not able to out execute the other team in the series and come away with a 3-0 loss. And MVP, I don't know about you, but I have got to say that the MVP for me goes to Retman, the Team Blue offlaner. He played supremely well 3 games in a row. Like, I think he was the reason that they won games 1 and 2, and played a very solid game on Omni Knight as well.
I will agree on the 2 Brewmaster games, and I think he did well on Omni Knight. And so I think he gets the MVP. I will agree with that. However, I'm going to give my amazing job handshake to Control on the Tusk, because that Tusk caused Tar so many problems.
Oh, definitely. I think that he had like the more game impact probably than the Omni Knight in this particular game. But I think overall body of work, Retman was just on point.
That's why I'm sorry, Control. You only get the handshake from Secure. You don't.
And he did 16,000 healing game.
Yeah, well,
like, and that's not including like the repels, the GAs. Very, very good.
Yeah, well, guys, that's it for us for this evening. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back for Season 19 of AD2L, which will be a little bit different than other ones since the MMR bracket is different. So if you guys like what you see here, follow us on Twitch. We'll be continuing our broadcast back when the next season comes up. They usually take a week or two off, and then it's like Christmas time, so we might not be back till January.
January 4th.
Yeah, so
January 4th is
probably
the
not back
first
till
week.
January. So we might do something fun. Maybe we'll do some casting with something. Don't know. We'll try to think of something. But otherwise, thanks for joining us. And for Legion 170, I'm Sequoia, and we're all about Dota. We'll see you later.